How's everybody doing today? It's your boy Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT. And that's just before we do anything else, let's just take a look at my recommendeds. What's going on? All right, Farfa highlights. Don't want to watch that. Do It the Miku Way. Some kind of sexy Hatsune Miku going on. That's a no. A Friday Night Funkin' song. This one is kind of given away. You can see that I've played it recently. That's fine. How to Banish Face Down. Okay. Luke Von Karma. Always pleasant. Family Guy Funny Moments. No, thank you. Pomni The Amazing Digital Circus NSFW Speedrun. That's going to be a no. Captain Laserhawk Blood Dragon Remix, but just Rayman. Also a no. This new plant combo destroys the meta by E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! And Miku Miku Uiu Vocaloid animation. We'll take that. That's a yes. What's going on? All right. So for those of you who weren't around yesterday, Monday is my big day. It's usually my most popular stream. And unfortunately, I did not stream. So why was that? Well, firstly, I dug into the Rothschildian gold mines and was able to cut a deal with Joshua Schmidt so that he wasn't streaming today. But secondly, I was tired as fuck. I thought that I would get off my plane, because I went to TwitchCon. I thought I would get off my plane and be available to stream, and instead I was just available to go directly to bed. And that has actually fucked up a number of things, including the Elestriad, which I'm supposed to be playing yesterday, but instead I'm playing today. And I kind of forgot how to play the game, so I hope that I'll be okay. But I'm confident in my deck regardless. You do this so many times, by the way. Can you just shut the fuck up? Rebecca is right, though. My number one problem is when I'm making plans, I'm like, and then I'll do this. And then someone will have to be like, did you budget time to go to bed? And I'm like, it's okay. I'll just stay up. No. It's like, it's one of my biggest things that I do. But I didn't want to miss Monday. But the end result is I didn't do Prague. I didn't get to do Prague. And I was really excited to. We'll do it tomorrow. It's not like we have a roulette to be watching anyway. Why do you do this? Because I want to have it all. Rolling in the deep. Hey, Quantal, how are you? You sound sick. Are you okay? It's Tuesday morning. When I get up in the morning, I sound sick because I'm not yet hydrated. I'm not yet caffeinated. Ugh. Speaking of, we'll talk about TwitchCon in a little bit, but I just want to take a quick detour right now and talk about Las Vegas as an institution. Las Vegas, people should not be living there. It is, when I flew in, I looked out the window and noticed it's literally just like hundreds of miles of uninhabited desert and then Las Vegas, right? And I remember seeing that and being like, why did they do this? And then we're driving around and Keegan turns to me and he goes, you ever realize that we shouldn't be living here? And I was like, yeah, I did actually. There's no air in the water. You take a breath and it's like you're inhaling a pallet of sand. And me, I've been very open about this. I'm a wet boy. I run soggy. I need water. And I was telling Alex this and he's like, I hate when I go somewhere that's humid and I inhale and the air is like wet. And I'm like, I love it. I need it actually. You ever understand why human civilizations all developed around the equator? Why we built our biggest cities around water? It has nothing to do with ports. It's 100% we're actually secretly amphibians. Mm. Ugh. But to those of you who I saw this weekend who were like, Joseph, are you sick? Are you deathly ill? I kept insisting I wasn't. And I'm happy to say I came home and it was right. Within like 4 hours of being back in Maryland, I just felt 100% better. I am having my morning sneezing attack, though. Ugh. I don't even have to... Oh, there it is. I was like, I don't even really have to blow my nose. I just have a goober. I can't get it out. Oh! Popped a blood vessel. My bad. Okay, I was basically asking for that to happen. That's my own damn fault. How do you stop a nosebleed? You have to wait. Oh. Tilt your head forward and apply pressure. Okay. What a return to stream, huh? This is crazy. Oh, man. All right, well. Ugh. Oh, boy. Well, while we're chilling, let's play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Ugh. Ugh. It literally stopped. It was like, whoa, hold the fuck up. You're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh, are you? Oh, no, no, no. I got you. I got you, man. We're done. Oh. That was unbelievable. That's insane, right? I literally was like, yeah, I'm feeling much better now. And my body was like, watch, you know what would be so fucking funny? I don't ever get nosebleeds. I might be dying. Joseph, I am begging you to turn your hat around. Yeah, I mean, I have the hat like this because I wanted people to be able to see my face while I was bleeding out my nose. Why, Rebecca? Ugh. I'm not putting fuckboy MBT on the MBT clips. Oh, are you? New cards, PogChamp. Am I supposed to do this? I always see people do this in my Japanese animes. No, I think it's actually... that's the nostril I'm breathing out of right now, so I am going to need it. That's insane, though. It's literally been years since I got a nosebleed. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, that's just the way it is, right? Like, Vegas is just like that. It's disgusting. It's dry. It doesn't work for me, personally. And I could feel the telomeres on the ends of my cells repairing themselves the moment I got back into Maryland. Ugh. Disgusting. Gross. You need to lean forward. Takes about 10 minutes. What do you mean? That had to have been about 10 minutes. I actually can see the number. That was like 7 minutes. Ugh. Can we have the nosebleed as a short? No. Okay. If you lean back, the blood flow doesn't stop. It's not bleeding anymore. I can see that it's not bleeding. I'm just going to do this for the rest of the stream. All right, we're going to do the stream like this. Can we please talk about Marvel and Magic the Gathering? All right, so here's the problem. I either can talk about Twitter freaks or we can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. Like, there are two different possibilities for this stream. It either goes Twitter freaks, TwitchCon, Twitter freaks, new cards, Doug. Or it goes TwitchCon, new cards, Yu-Gi-Oh! Doug. No one wants to see Yu-Gi-Oh! You all know you're on a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream, right? We're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Fuck you. Or are we, actually? Because I was like, then what are we doing tomorrow? But I'm making an Agov tier list tomorrow. I could do Freaks tomorrow and Agov today. That would give Vlad an extra day. Vlad also doesn't know that I need him to make this video. So perhaps that's the play, just so I don't spring on him on Wednesday evening. Hey, buddy. Okay, we're back to more mucus than blood. He was here a moment ago. I was kind of hoping he would respond here so I wouldn't have to PM him. Careful blowing. You could start bleeding again. Really? I hope not. Can we talk about the racist YCS first? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about it. You can blow out a clot. Well, I hope I don't do that. Ugh. Yeah, I'll check it out via Jabodcraft. That's so crazy. When did I used to have a warrior's constitution. I just wouldn't get sick. And in the last year, I've gotten sick more than I have, I think, in my life, in my entire adult life in the last year. I don't know what's going on. Vaxxed? I think it is vaxxed. Is it because you got married? Yes. Let me turn down the fucking white on this. There we go. Did you know if I go outside for more than 10 minutes, I will get sick? You are a child in the secret garden. Me and Jillian need to fucking come live with you, and we will, against the wishes of your elders, wheel you out in a little, like, tweed-backed, pleather chair. We'll just be like, you must enjoy the garden. And you'll be like, no, father says it will get me sick. You know. Okay, anyway. All right. Maybe it's time to get some of those old people multivitamins. I think it might be. Doesn't that story end with a kid dying? The opposite. The opposite. The secret garden? No. It ends with the child not dying. Flowers for Algernon? Okay, Rebecca is not in a flowers for Algernon style situation. That's not remotely what we're talking about here. Okay. The child does die eventually. Yeah, everyone does. If Rebecca's in a flowers for Algernon style situation, I mean, we're on the downswing, right? Like, just consider it for a moment. Wow. Ugh. No, that was mean. I'm just being mean for no reason. I'm also not getting on with what we're supposed to do today. I'm just chilling. I'm just being annoying for no reason. Okay, well, hopefully, I'm pretty sure our extenuating crisis is now resolved. That was insane. Ugh. That's never happened to me on stream, and I think has happened like 3 times total in my entire life. Really, like, you know, kids in like elementary school, there was always one kid who was always getting nosebleeds. I never got nosebleeds. And look how much nose I have. And I'm constantly blowing it. My nose is like 90% scar tissue. I got a lot of, this is going to shock you all, but growing up, I got a lot of, last name Rothschild, nose like this type jokes. And my nose really became a pride point for me. It set me apart from my peers. Unfortunately, now that I have widened my face and figure, I kind of grew into it. But for a long time, I looked like Squidward. You morons couldn't... What is... My nose is so fucked up, it's funny. Every time I'm like, yeah, here's a body part, Rebecca's like, oh, my version of that body part is perforated. You went from Squidward to handsome Squidward? Yeah. Same way, too. I got hit by a door over and over again until it worked. I was bone maxing. What is it? I was smashing my face. You have an extremely normal nose. I know. It took a while for the rest of my face to catch up. But back in school, it was basically my nose has been this size since birth is what's going on. Not since birth. Since like age 11, it's been this size. Imagine like a 4'4", like 60-pound child walking around with an adult human nose. It's weird. Could you smell the haters coming? Oh, I was King Sniffa. Everybody want to cut the nose off him. Sniffa. You know what? Actually, I can see the rest of this parody in my head, and I have to stop now. It's going to get very bad. Hold up. Okay, Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to do TwitchCon and the AGOV tier list and one more. Fuck. New cards today. Tomorrow we're going to do progression, Twitter thread, Twitter freaks, and then ideally we can get through the entire week without playing a single game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cybrooks, thank you for the message. I don't know. Oh, Lampy, thank you for the 102. I spent a good deal of this weekend riffing in Lampy's replies. It was kind of fucked up, by the way, that Lampy didn't put me on players to watch this time. All right, let's do subs and then we'll actually do stuff. If all of you are joining right now, first of all, I really appreciate you coming by. Secondly, we've had a hell of a morning already. I woke up, I hit go live, and then blood started gushing out of my nose. And so I sound a little like someone who has been bleeding out of his nose for 15 minutes. Let's go through the subs real quick. Princely Crow, thank you for the 25. Dark Tomchi, thank you for the 26. Soft Pretty Girl, thank you for the 26. Sig AA, thank you for the 5. Bobby Durian, thank you for the 11. Twigs 96, thank you for the 28. Yondura, thank you for the 23. Comet Chaser, thank you for the 24. Tomcat01, thank you for the 10. Fatman 989, thank you for the 15. Quantal, thank you for the 18. Poptimus Prime, thank you for the 31. Cult of Nail, thank you for the 2. Gonk Stonk, thank you for the 26. OJ's Other Glove, thank you for the 6. Solid Texture Volume 2, thank you for the 15. Neil Before Memes, thank you for the 28. Void Collar 35, thank you for the 11. Scythora, thank you for the 10. Brag Titan, thank you for the 19. Benjamin 98, thank you for the 100. How does AGOV format suck? I'll talk about it. Vanjamon Craft, thank you for the 35. Radical Gamer FTW, thank you for the 11. Aeon, thank you for the 15. Sophie, thank you for the 24. Queso Jama, thank you for the 20. And Captain Starman, thank you for the 34. Nautime, thank you for the 3. And King Clang Music, thank you for the 24. Also the Zack Attack, thank you for the 31. And Fireblade Rin, thank you for the 20. Okay, now we're caught up. Anyway. Ugh. Now that my blood vessels are reconstituted, I want to speak pretty deliberately about TwitchCon. So, TwitchCon was this weekend. I guess I'll go to my tweets so we have something to look at during this. And I will not scroll because it's all really bad. Nothing got better, by the way. Okay. So the thing with TwitchCon is there was stuff going on Thursday, but Thursday is the day that I have classes, and as a result, I didn't get to go to the partner party, which is fine. It is 100% okay. And kind of exemplifies the general problem I had with TwitchCon. I consider myself a YouTuber who streams, and not a streamer that uploads highlights on YouTube like someone like Distant Coder would be. So, as a result, I'm not sort of ingrained in Twitch culture. In fact, I think Twitch culture is pretty bad. It's generally quite poor. Like people whose personality is I watch top streamers are quite freaky. They're not normal people. And so out of the gate, I was a little concerned about TwitchCon. Like, the thing is, when you go to something like a YCS, you know there's going to be nerds and shit, right? But all the nerds have something in common, and the something in common is they like a game that I like, right? Like, we all spend time sitting and thinking about important, like, decisions being made on the same axis of a video game that we all enjoy. I guess a paper game, right? But what do two TwitchCon participants have in common? That they both use twitch.tv, be like the Google convention. Do you like searching? I love searching, right? It's strange. They don't necessarily have anything in common except the fact that they watch someone else. And that's fine, but not really a culture as much as the only thing these people have in common is that they're just a little bit parasocial. And we're all a little bit parasocial, folks. Nothing wrong with it. But if that's the only common denominator, it had the potential to be very bad. It's just DashCon without the ball pit. But at DashCon, everyone liked My Little Pony. Is that different than two dudes that both watch Marvel movies? Well, I wouldn't go to a Marvel convention either. But yeah, I think so. Because at least you watch the same movies. It'd be like if you went to a Marvel convention and someone was like, oh, dog, did you see Endgame? And they go, no, sorry, I've only ever watched Ghost Rider. I'm like a Ghost Rider viewer. I've seen Ghost Rider probably 40,000 hours, but I've never seen Endgame. Anyway, so I go to TwitchCon. I figure I should go, like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm one of the bigger accounts on Twitch. I think I looked it up, and I'm in, like, the top, like, 2,000? And I was like, Jesus Christ. All right, I'll go to this thing. So I was going, and Danny was going, and some other people were going as well that I was excited to see. So it might not be 2,000. I might be just talking out of my ass. It might be 2,000 in very specific metrics, like English streams in North America or something. I can't remember. But you got to understand, people who are partner are already the top 1% of the top 1% of people who stream on Twitch. Like Bernie Sanders would execute us if given the chance. And that's why I'm voting for Trump. Anyway, so I go to TwitchCon and I can't make Thursday, so I missed the partner party. No big loss. I go Friday morning. This is my first mistake. Las Vegas is, again, not a habitable location, and it is not in a real human time zone. In Las Vegas, this may shock you to people who never had an elementary education, but Las Vegas is 3 hours behind civilized people. And so I got up at 4 a.m. for a 6 a.m. flight because I'm the dumbest man who ever lived and needed a direct flight. And I fly into Las Vegas and I get there. My 6 a.m. flight gets there at 7 a.m. And in my mind, I'm like, this is good. I'll have the whole day. But in my body, I'm like, dog, you are not going to have a 20-hour day on 2 hours of sleep, you dumb idiot. So I get there and Alex picks me up, and I had planned on staying with Alex, but a couple of days before, his household got sick. So instead, I was like bumming a room with RJ, and then bumming a room with Keegan. And so I'm chilling in the car. Oh, I should note, I also didn't get my yerba. And I did not realize how much caffeine was going to be necessary in this endeavor, but it really was. So we go to Keegan's house, and we play some medicine, and that's where this picture comes in. And this was a lot of fun. I had a good time. It was me and RJ and Keegan, and Chaotic Meatball was there, and Alex and Georgie is this guy. He's the editor for a couple of Alex series. He actually is the editor on every canceled Alex series. He was the auction editor, and then he was the show with what's it called? House of Champs editor. He was Sealed Showdown editor. It's so funny. He's currently, I think, editing Masochist, so you know, he's got work, but it's so funny. Was he the guy who hated Farfa? No, that's the guy on the right here, Alex. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you all. I'm just trying to start drama. I'm a messy bitch who loves drama. Actually, the guy who hates Farfa is the guy right here in the bottom. I'm doing the L thing. Bottom right. Yeah, there we go. That guy fucking sucks. So we play Edison for a couple of hours, and then I'm like, I should go to TwitchCon. And everyone's like, why are you going to TwitchCon? And I'm like, that's what I came here to do. And then I realized no one at this table is going to TwitchCon. RJ did not purchase a ticket and was just intending to like walk around Las Vegas like a cartoon hobo with a bindle on his back. Like, I'm just going to see where the road takes me. And for what it's worth, RJ is that kind of person and will have an adventure doing that. And he did. He had a number of adventures this weekend. Keegan, I feel so bad. Keegan is so cool. And every time I go over to visit him, he's like, we should do this cool thing. This weekend it was a rave. And I was like, I'd love to. But every time the chips come down, I am too tired or sick or frustrated, and I'm like, I can't go. And I did have to bail this time as well. I feel like such a fucking loser. You at a rave, LMAO? Oh, fuck off, Rebecca. Not everyone at the rave has the puppy tail butt plug, okay? You need a couple of people in like salaryman attire who were dragged there by their cooler friends. It's important. Anyway, so I go to TwitchCon and Danny is there. And so I'm like, this is fine. Me and Danny will just hang out the whole time. So it was Danny and me, and Leah Asimov hung out with us a lot this weekend too. And she's great, by the way. You know, I can't sing her praises enough. Leah, very normal. It's kind of weird because she's like a VTuber, so you'd expect she's some kind of freak, but she's very normal. So me and Danny start going to panels. And the problem here is that we did not understand this. Oh, third wheelin'? Oh, I do really quick want to say, who in that threesome, me, Danny, Leah, do you think is the third wheel? Now, here's the answer. It could be any of us. Could be Leah, because me and Danny, you know, I'm always trying to fuck. It could be me, because Danny and Leah are doing bits on stream together now. But it also could be Danny, because Leah and I have a sacred kinship, which is we love annoying Danny. It's like our favorite thing to do. So he's the only one there who is not annoying Danny. Anyway, so we start going to panels. And so at TwitchCon is trying to be like four things at once, right? It is simultaneously a party for people who watch Twitch, where they can just like walk around and go, oh, it's Hassan, you know? But it's also an industry panel designed to allow streamers to network and get an understanding of an industry that they all work in together, right? And they keep holding panels about like how to improve like your stream quality and shit like that. But then it's also trying to be like a gaming convention where there's like an anime artist alley and like Nvidia is there and like you all go to gamer gear things. It's very strange. So still getting the rest of that blood out of my nose. So Danny and I decide that we're going to go to some panels. And this turns out to be a very bad idea. So, you know what? Let me pull it up. I can actually tell you the panels I went to. I'm going to be a little discreet with them because there were some panels in which they were like, please do not talk about like the people who ask questions in here because we don't want them to feel like pressured that what they're doing is going to be super visible. We want this to be like a safe place. I think that's good. But personally, I love bullying, so this is going to be pretty hard for me. Okay. So we began with a partner and affiliate only one in which they went over some of the improvements that will be coming to Twitch in the next 6 months, right? And it was helpful for like the first 20 minutes, but then they opened it up to questions for the floor. And this is the point that Danny and I realized that we should not be here. Because all of the questions were like, hey, this is less of a question and more of a comment. I've been affiliate for 4.5 years. Can you make getting to partner easier? Because I've been affiliate for 4.5 years. And they're like, well, you have been affiliate for 4.5 years. You know, that's dedication. And they're like, exactly. So can I be partner? And it's like, so this is not the purpose of a Q&A. Is to get up and beg for partner, right? But a significant amount of these questions were like that, or they were questions that were unhinged. Like, I'm not going to repeat them because they told us not to, but questions like that you would say, and then immediately after it escapes your mouth, you go, that can't be right. Give one example. I can't because I don't want to give away any of the people. But there's one that's really good. There's some that are like that were actually good. There was one that was like, listen, I think I can probably say this. I have a chronic illness and I constantly hit the partner margin, but then like my chronic illness will flare up and I'll miss the 12 streams, which in my opinion is the most frustrating part of it, the 12 streams requirement. And they were like, is there any way, given medical documentation, you can make exceptions for things like this? And the guy was like, yes. He was like, yeah, like reach out to us. We'll work something out. And I was like, that's good. Like, okay. But a significant amount of them were less like that. To those of you asking about the 12 stream requirement, to be a partner, you have to stream 12 times a month, which means you have to stream 3 times a week, which is not a ton, but it's also not zero. I'm trying to think of like a supremely unrealistic one they had. Oh, a lot of the questions also were like, hey, I'm the last person using this feature that you implemented in 2006 and never touched afterwards. Can you please fix it? And they'll be like, we forgot that we had that feature. We will be removing it. Anyway, we found out almost immediately that most of the panels were for people who have like 7 viewers. I'll give you a better example. On Saturday, I went to a panel called Mastering Your Money as a Creator, hosted by Fidelity Investments. And it was pitched as, when you start making money as a creator, you have to, the money could dry up any day. So you have to figure out a way to make your money work for you in the scenario that like streaming dies. That's a good pitch to me because I go, oh yeah, that's probably true. I'm a Cutie Pie of all people has been really open about the fact that he was like, when I was streaming to, 100,000 people a day, I knew it wouldn't last forever. And he banked something like $4 million during that time and put it in a portfolio and has just been living off that forever. And he's like, a lot of people think that like the amount of money you need where you can never lose all your money is like super high. But if you're smart about it, it can actually be as low as like $4 million. And I was like, oh, that's like, I don't have $4 million, but like, this is good advice for sure. So I go to the Fidelity Investments thing and I'm like, I think this is going to be something similar. And I go in and, you all saying as low as $4 million. $4 million is an achievable amount of money. And we are talking about the payoff is you never have to work again. Right? For who? Oh my God. For people who are making a living doing esports. I'm not saying you're going to make $4 million at McDonald's, and if you invest properly, you will be a gajillionaire forever. I'm saying if you are a person who is making millions of dollars in a very short period of time, there is a way you can convert that into lifelong financial stability. That's what he's talking about. Anyway. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh's an esport, make $4 million, dummy. Okay, so one, Yu-Gi-Oh is not an esport. Okay, anyway. So I go into the Fidelity Investments thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to learn. Teach me. And they go like, okay, so first up, here's what you should do. When you get money from twitch.tv at the end of the month, you should put some of that money into what's called a savings account. And I was like, no, you gotta be fucking with me, dog. No. And like the panelists were like, they had this, not to be mean, but they were like talking to them. They're like, what are your goals? There's like 4 panelists. One is like a bloodless CEO and the other 2 are streamers. And they're like, what are your goals? And they're like, well, someday I'd like to own a house. And I was like, no, like, and they said something during it. They were like, and you should consider, if you work a 9 to 5, paying as much as you can into your 401k. So that if you ever do make the jump, you'll have a significant amount of money to withdraw. And then someone in the crowd shouts, and if your company pays for a Roth IRA, or it was something like, and if your company pays for X account that guarantees your child goes to college, if you don't have children, it rolls over into a Roth IRA in your name. And the woman's like, yes, that's correct. And I'm like furiously writing this down. And I'm like, can this fucking guy do the panel? Like, what is going, why is, they're saying like, oh, remember to save some of your money by putting it in a mattress. And this guy's like, here are the different types of IRA accounts. And I'm like, get that guy up there. It was crazy. I don't know. And it was crazy because at the end of the thing, the whole panel was about investments, but they never told you anything about investing. It was all like, make sure your money is being saved. They brought up a TikTok trend where people will when they get their paycheck in cash, they'll put some of the cash into an envelope with the name of something they want to buy on it. And they were like, and we laugh, but that is very rudimentary, but that is a savings account in a way. And I was like, shut the fuck up. It was unbelievable. But they weren't all bad. I'm trying to think. Some of them were not. Oh, the There was one that was the future of live streaming tools, innovations, challenges, and opportunities. And I was like, oh, they're going to tell us what like the new tools we should be using are. And I went in and instead of doing that, they said, there are many tools that creators can use. Consider using them. And I was like, no, there's no way what they were saying was use tools. There's no way. They were like, remember, ooga booga, you must be making wheel with tool. And then one of them said, and I can't believe they said this, they were like, for me, the difference between like kind of a mid stream and a really great stream, the thing that makes a stream different than a YouTube video is if you have chat on screen. So try and have chat on screen. And I was like, no! Hundreds of dollars! No! Oh my God. It was unthinkable. Let me think what else was going on. There was an improv panel. I thought this was a great idea. I was like, I think and a lot of people echoed this at the place. They were like, one of the best things you can do as an up and coming streamer is learn like the basics of improv, because it really helps you riff during like slow times in chat. Like it's important to be able to yes and while collaborating. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Let's go in for the basics of improv. It was not the basics of improv. It was improv. Danny and I walk in, and there's 40 not affiliates, not partners, community members in a circle. And they're doing, we are going to tell a story one sentence at a time type shit. And we look at each other and we go, we gotta go. And we left. We were like, we're not here to do improv. We want to learn it. It was crazy. Community improv as cringe as you can get. I have no problem with cringe, but this workshop was billed to me as a way that streamers can focus their skills to integrate improv, not as we are going to do a Herald with 55 people who don't know what it is, right? So I will say I went to Ultima's panel, which was the great video game debate. It was, here, let me scroll up. I think it's up here a little bit. Yeah. It was Ultima, the completionist, who's it? Aru in the middle there. This panel was fun, but it really peaked when they went to best video game ships. And this person in the middle, Aru, I have never seen someone cook an entire panel. She was firmly in the camp of Cloud and Aerith, which I think is called Clarith, and she gave what I can only describe as an indisputable 15-minute thesis as to why this ship was important. And like no one else on this panel could come close to this person's understanding. Like, I assume other ship people could have argued, but this panel was unprepared. She was out of their league. She cooked them. It was very funny. It was a fun panel, but I had to leave early to go to the panel where they tell me to use an overlay. No, but there were a couple really good ones. This one in the Nom Nom Theater, first of all, come on. Called It's Not All Luck, Foundational Practices for Success. This was the best panel of the weekend. I spent the whole panel kind of dumbfounded about how important it was. Talking about sort of how you should be managing growth, how you should be paying attention to what other streams are doing and how they are facilitating growth. It was led by some people who really fucking knew what they were talking about. It was some people who had been in the industry and reinvented themselves like 5 times, and some people who worked with like the agencies that profit off of the growth. It was incredibly good. So like, I don't want to give the impression that every panel was useless. We went to like we went to probably 6 bad panels and like 3 really good panels over the course of the weekend. But none of the panels were as good as a conversation with Dan Clancy, partners and affiliates only. So if you don't know who Dan Clancy is, he's the CEO of Twitch, and he's not like your normal CEO. He is an epic CEO. You can tell he's an epic CEO because let me pull up Dan Clancy. Pull up a picture of him. He wears a cowboy hat. Yeah, he is an epic CEO. He's not like a normal CEO, right? He's like a little epic. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he worked at NASA and now he's a little bit epic. You get it, right? See, like he's a little epic. So the conversation with the CEO was, he was like, all right, I'm here. Let's do some questions. This guy's a CEO. I don't know how to tell you people this. Every answer he had was just this like completely papered over non-answer. Some people from previous panels asked him the same question because they didn't like the answer they got in previous panels, and he gave them this like floundering non-answer that seemed to satisfy them. But the most frustrating part of this panel was that half the panel questions were, can you make partner easier? And the other half were, I have less of a question and more of a statement. I just want to thank you for what you've built for us, because what's happening today, it's incredible. And it's amazing that we can all get together and have an experience like this. And we have you to thank for it. And I wanted to like get up there and be like, no, you don't! You have you to thank! Who do you think the product is on this fucking website? It's us! Oh my God. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, you people, if you want to know why you don't get the 70-30, this is why. Because we show up to the fucking TwitchCon event and we go, thank you, sir. Thank you, Lord Baron, for running ads during our stream. But he's not like a normal CEO. He's like epic. So it's okay and it's different and it's a different relationship to labor. The panels were hit and miss is what I'm trying to say. But there was a good part of the experience, and it was meeting people. A lot of people came up and asked for photos. That was cool. I got to meet a lot of people that I had never met. I met Ultima. I was super weird the whole time. Ultima, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I was not normal. But I was also unrested mostly, so that's my excuse. You look so short here. Well, okay, so Ultima is actually 6'2", right? So come on. But I also I got to hang out with some people. There was like a tabletop lounge they weren't really checking, and so we just brought Yu-Gi-Oh cards in days 2 and 3 and played a little bit. One guy came up and said, "Hey, can I play a rush duel against you?" And we did. And I waxed him. But it was fun. I will say I didn't see anyone big at all. Get Dragios. I was playing Bubble Mai or Bubble Mimi. And he saw the bubble and he goes, "Oh, you're not playing Dragios?" And I was like, no. No, we got on Duel Links, CJ. But I did not see anyone at all who is like large, with one exception. I was going up there's a partner lounge, by the way, which if any of you are not partners and were like, what goes on in the partner lounge? Nothing. They had a popcorn machine and a skee ball, but mostly it was a place for partners to go to escape being swarmed, which was important. I didn't see anyone large at all. I'm pretty sure they had like their own bodyguards and went in out. Except while going up an escalator to the partner lounge, I saw there was a crowd forming at the bottom, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Then I look at the adjacent escalator, and Mizkif is coming down. And I go, oh. And Mizkif goes, sup? And I go, eh. And that was what I got to do this weekend. Mizkif, by the way, piercing eyes. I did get to meet every single VTuber partner, by the way. None of the normal people came. Like, it was me and Danny, but like Farfa wasn't there, Coder wasn't there, Gage, Peeps, Trish, Josh. I'm rattling off the pack. Jesse, I think, is partner now. None of those people were there. Instead, it was like me, Danny, and then it was like Miwabel, Asagiame was there. Leah was there, obviously. And I did get to meet all them. They were fine. I liked them. But I was like, huh. Where are the normal people? But chat has hit on one thing. Duel Logs was there. Now, when Duel Logs came up to me, and he was like, oh, hey, Joseph. And I was like, what the fuck? And I looked over, and I was like, what? And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I was literally like, hearing Duel Logs' voice come out of a human person, it was not good. I was like, whoa! It was like seeing Santa Claus. But are you ready for me to actually tell you? I will reveal what Duel Logs looks like right here. He is a normal person. He looks like just a normal guy. He's not like freakish in any way. He's not like monstrous or like ugly or like a 11 out of 10 Chad. He's a normal guy. I was like, how did you get involved in this? My immersion. How tall? I don't know, a normal height. I don't really know. I couldn't tell you. But no, he was a normal guy. It was crazy. And we talked for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I hope to hit you up later this weekend. And he was like, yeah, I mostly have plans. Me and the VTubers, I think, are going to go to a casino. And I was like, have a good time. Yeah. It was crazy. It was really like seeing a cryptid. Duel Logs and his VTuber harem. Very true. It was it was cool to see him. Ugh. We saw Callie for like 20 minutes. Callie lives in Vegas, and I was like, oh, cool. We'll see Callie at this event. We saw him once, and then that was it. He just didn't want to stick around for long, and given the vibes, I don't blame him. Here's Danny taking incredible notes. Clips, stories, and discovery. Growing and managing several platforms is difficult. But you got to understand, like, after what I told you about a significant amount of the panels, what notes did you expect he was going to walk out of there with? Leah came with, like, Oshi stickers. This was very cute, I thought. And then me and Keegan and RJ and Leah and Danny went to this, like, pierogi? No, it was like a pasty place. And on the way there, we took this picture of Danny, which honestly is just incredible. I can't believe how good this picture came out. Uh, oh, this was crazy, by the way. One of the Pokemon TCG like casters came up to me and we filmed a little thing. I opened crap. And here's some other people I took some pictures with. It was all right. But you know, it was made better by like the people and getting to hang out with friends. The actual infrastructure of the thing was just a grim reminder that I am not. I'm in a weird place with Twitch. I'm in such a weird place with Twitch because this sounds so arrogant. I'm way too large for a significant amount of this stuff. The joke all weekend was I was always like, when there would be something for partners that wouldn't apply to me and Danny, okay, heads up, me and Danny got Partner Plus, which is the 70/30. So that's why when that happened, I was very happy about it. But it was me and Danny and Leah, and we kept being like, listen, there's partners, indicating Leah, and then there's partners, and we kept doing this to be as annoying as possible. But like, the problem is, unfortunately, anyone who is an adult and a partner is too big for a significant amount of this advice. That's like, make sure your streaming job can sustain yourself before you quit your 9-to-5. Thank you, Fidelity Investments. But I'm too small for it to be like that. You know, I'm not going to do a meet and greet or anything. Obviously, I'm nowhere near that size. But there's a significant amount of like, I wouldn't be on like a panel or anything. So I've unfortunately shot the gap into going into an event that is just not really for me. So I don't know. It was strange. Streamer middle class, I guess. I mean, I got a lot of privilege. I will say that. It was super cool to meet you. Never thought I'd open packs with you. Haha. It was cool to meet you too. I'm glad we got to do that. But unfortunately, I'm realizing TwitchCon is largely for viewers, and that's fine. You know, that's okay. But at my core, I am not a Twitch viewer, which is the unfortunate truth. I much preferred going to YCS's, and when you start preferring Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, you know something's wrong. Oh, the other thing is, okay, last thing about TwitchCon before I hang it up on this. They've really sanded the edges off of Twitch. You know what I'm talking about? Being edgy on Twitch now is like doing XQC shit and like saying the R slur. That's it. Like, there's like 2 streamers, like Germa, I guess, who do like consistently interesting stuff. But like, it is frustrating walking around TwitchCon and seeing how, you know, not to be like absolutely corporate, but it is a very corporate entity. And as a result, a significant amount of the stuff they do, the things they're willing to say, and the way that they engage with people is incredibly sanitized, which is just so foreign to my experience growing up in like online chat rooms and video gaming spaces. It's just weird. I mean, it's crazy to hear that like one of their flagship guys for this was Hassan. And like, not for nothing, I think that Hassan's like reporting of the ongoing fucking genocide in Palestine has been really good. But they got him doing like e-boy like setups and like I'm just so happy to be here shit. And I'm like, why are we pretending like this is what Twitch is? Like, why are we? I don't know. And it was during that conversation with the CEO panel that I think I kind of got it. I was like, no, like we, the streamers, are the product. that is being sold to advertisers. And more important than anything else that's going on TwitchCon, more important than like networking with people or improving the quality of the average streamer or helping people who are making the leap to full-time from partner or affiliate, more important than all of that is that guy in the cowboy hat convincing all of the people who paid for floor space at the fucking anime expo that they have at the exact same time that they spent their money well. Is trying to remind all these companies that are responsible for Twitch continuing to have the lights on, which is a huge undertaking because they are streaming 1080p video to people with 2 viewers. This entire convention is a huge advertisement during which the CEO says, don't worry, no one here is a brand risk. You can feel confident that what you are paying advertising dollars for is a community that is engaged, that is interested in interfacing with our top talent, but most of all, colors within the lines. You know what I mean? And so it was really frustrating seeing just how like gushy and squeaky clean it was. We're not Kick. That should be all you have to say. I'm not saying that I want a Kick where it's like, oh, the political correctness has gone wrong. I just want Twitch to rankle with the fact that their audience can be rough around the edges. I don't know. You're the second person who wants to unionize Twitch. I don't think it's possible to unionize Twitch. I think it's literally impossible. The only people with any sort of bargaining power on Twitch are the big streamers, and they are functionally subsidizing every small streamer because they're not making money streaming 1080p video to people, 2 viewers. And the people who are really big on Twitch will never unionize because their contracts are managed independently. They negotiate personally. Group negotiation won't work because it'd be like if a warehouse floor was trying to unionize, but there was one guy on the warehouse that did all the work. Not saying that like large streamers do all the work, but they're responsible for all the profit functionally. Also, it's an international company. Yeah. Why are the viewers just as much of ass kissers as some of the streamers? Because the people that opt into TwitchCon like Twitch. For me, Twitch is the site that lets me do what I do. Twitch built itself off being a community. It did. And, you know, it's done a good job doing that. It's just, it's weird to watch it. It's now in a position where it's the only place for streaming content like this. And what do you do with that, right? I will kind of impart some of the really important stuff I learned from that one insanely good panel. And the most important thing is, one of the guys who was on it was like, just so you all know, I've heard people, and this was my experience too, all weekend be like, I'm streaming 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I can't break the partner numbers. I can't even break like post affiliate numbers. Like I get the 25 and then I can't grow any further. And if you are streaming 8 hours a day, 5 days a week to under 20 people, something's wrong. Like, don't stream 8 hours a day. He was like, stream 7 hours a day and spend an hour doing analytics research. Or stream 3 hours a day and spend 2 hours doing analytics research and then 3 hours doing anything else. He was like, all the big streamers now stream, with the exception of like XQC, stream for like 4-hour periods and then they go off, right? He was like, the days of marathon streaming every day, they're over. You have to think of it like a job, but you're really only performing for about 3 of those hours. And people who just click go live and they're like, the length of the stream will attract people, it's not going to work. It doesn't work like that anymore. And I was like, oh, good. Because all weekend I heard people that were like, I stream 16-hour days and have been for 6 years, and why can't I get partner? And I was like, whoa, why are you still doing that? But you have to be a large streamer to make only 3-hour streams. No, not at all. Danny was a 3-hour streamer at, 75 viewers. Now he's got like 600. He's never done all-day streams. Who else is like that in the Yu-Gi-Oh space? Peeps. Peeps streamed once a week and built to 75. I never did more than 3-hour streams. There was a period when my streams were 30 minutes long because that's the time I had. Doug, well, it's different for me, though, because I'm pulling an audience from YouTube already. Leah is like that? Yeah. Unfortunately, a significant amount of what they told me was also you need a TikTok, which I don't like hearing. Didn't put enough water in. Danny was pulling from YouTube as well. Was he? His YouTube content is just Twitch highlights. Unless you mean like Broke Boy. In which case, sure. Josh is using viewer bots called Winning the World Championship. True! Josh is popping off, though. I'm actually a little concerned because in November, I want to make a push to be #1 average viewer streamer in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I've never been able to do that before. And there's going to be an update that I think will make that possible for me. But Josh is creeping up. Who's current #1? DK. Right now, it's DK at 1 and me at 2. Josh had 7K during the YCS. That's the problem. Like, Josh has a lower average than me, but he will stream a YCS and get 7K. And that just does, like, insane things for your channel. I think Josh has what it takes to be like our Wolfie, if that makes sense. If you had told me 5 months ago, what streamer are you investing in? I would be like, Josh, 100%. I think I even said that on some streams. I was like, he's the one. He's going to make it. All right. We took way too long on this already. Let's do new cards PogChamp, and then I was going to do one more thing, right? The Agov tier list, right? And then we have to play Saga. Fuck. Okay. Let me do the new cards PogChamp. We got to make Rebecca some money. Josh also has one of those streams. I feel like my streams are just me riffing over and over and over again for like 4 hours. Josh has one of those streams where he can like watch something and then he'll spend like 15 seconds doing this. And then he'll say 3 sentences, and that'll be all he does for like a minute and a half. And I say that to you, and it's like, why do people watch this? It's because those 3 sentences, they're perfect. Every time. Every time they are perfect. He is such a deliberate speaker. He's so good. German efficiency. Is Josh German? Schmidt? I guess so. All right, I'm opening up new cards, PogChamp. New cards, PogChamp. New cards, PogChamp. All right, a lot of stuff happened this weekend that I can't keep up with, but first and foremost, boing! Auga! That's S-Force Rapichu Maru when she sees this picture. Okay, knock your opponent's lights out with EMP Gremiaud. Did you know that EMPs are against international law? I'm pulling that out of my ass. I actually don't think so. And so is IP Masquerena, because, you know, there's got to be something up there. Holy shit! Anyway, I'm happy to finally have some competition in the cake department. You can only special summon this card by its first effect once per turn. You can only use its second effect once per turn. If there is a link monster on the field or in either graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a Link 2 you control is sent to the graveyard or banished face up, you can banish this card from your graveyard or hand, target a card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. What? This card's good. I mean, it's all right, but why are they printing cards that say if there's a Link monster in either graveyard, meet condition? Like, that's always going to happen. I think this is fine, for sure. You know what it really plays well with? SP Little Knight. In Sprite specifically, this card seems like one of the best cards ever printed, right? I might be wrong about this, but it's up there for sure. It'll see play. I do think, I hate saying this every single time, I don't think it's the difference maker for a deck like Sprite, but it's an incredibly good card within it. All right, next up. Solve a digital dilemma with Enigmister Pack Bit. All right, this is a level 8 Water Cyber Synchro Effect Fusion monster. Material's a tuner and a non-tuner. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If it's synchro summoned or sent to the graveyard, target a face-up monster your opponent controls or a monster in your graveyard, discard a card. And if you do place that target face-up in its owner's spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. During either player's turn, while this card is treated as a continuous trap, you can special summon a face-up monster card from your spell and trap zone. Let me figure this out. How the hell do you get that second effect online? With the Centurions? Cool. Does Snake Eye set it as a spell or a trap? Spell. Yeah, see, the thing that's freaking me out about this is the continuous trap thing means it doesn't synergize with a bunch of existing cards that set things in your back row as a spell. It can set itself. Oh no, I have to actually figure something out. I'm going to activate Punishment, sending Packbit. Activate Packbit, discard a card, set himself in the spell trap. Can I summon this from the back row? No. Why not? The room temperature IQ answer is that it wasn't properly special summoned once, but it's never been a monster. That's still the answer, right? 'Cause final answer, I guess so. Regardless, who cares? If you recur this guy a whole bunch of times, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. It's a cool punishment target. It means your punishment can theoretically be a 3 for 2, which is really nice, especially if you can get something off the pitch, like you can frequently in Labyrinth, for instance. I do like that we have, this is a new type of removal, is putting stuff in the back row, because we've just run out of other zones where we can put something where it won't just plus. I'm not impressed. Next up. Yes! Hamster. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned or flip face up, special summon a flip monster from your hand or deck in face down defense position. If this card is in the graveyard, banish 2 flip monsters from your graveyard or face up field, special this card in face down defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. Instant fusion for Hamster, summon Guard Dog. Summon Prediction Princess Teratai. This card's not good. I hate to be like this. It's fun in the decks that it would be played. And it's cool that it exists, but I mean, it's not going to make Guru good. It's not going to make Prediction Princess good. You know, it's not going to make Flip Control real. Shadal doesn't need this card, but it's so funny. It's adorable. This goes crazy in dog shit format. Probably correct. What about Tindangle? Oh, I didn't think of that. People saying ninjas don't have flip effects. Oh, man. And that's the number one thing ninjas don't have, a way to summon a monster face down from deck. Next up. Rain destruction on your opponent with Iron Fucker. All right, this is a column card, which you can tell because it's got Tiamaton in it, shooting what appears to be his Tiamaton Blast. Let's see how you fare against my Tiamaton Blast. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated on the field, pay half your life points to negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, then destroy all cards in the spell and trap zone and monster zones in the same column. I'm going to go out on a limb here. This card's good. I think this card is better than Solemn Judgment. It destroys your own card? What do you mean? Don't play your cards in the same column as this. Not how it works? Oh, the it's here is your opponent's zone? Oh. 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 No, this card is not very good. I got tricked here. I guess there are theoretically some decks that would like this, but no. Next up. Open the gates to the Netherworld with Earthbound Fusion. All right, so Earthbound Immortal, or Earthbound, I think they're not Immortals, is getting support in the next set. This is the card that I imagine is sorry that this archetype sucks balls. Here is the card that fixes the archetype. Love getting these cards. We got to come up with a name of these collectively as a community. Apology cards? Like, what do you call Guru? What do you call Double Helix? Apologies? Okay. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If there are no cards in the field zone, you can only activate this card during the main phase. Okay, it's a quick play. If you print a quick play spell fusion card, you do something to prevent it from being activated during battle, basically. And real quick, I mentioned that on some video I did where I was playing with someone. I think it was the cube video, and someone in the comments was like, Joseph, I mentioned Shadal Fusion as a card that can't be activated during the battle phase. And someone was like, Joseph, you're wrong. It can, but the fact that it could is why they put that stipulation on future ones, because it was such a fucking broken card. You're right. My bad. I got that wrong. Okay. Fusion summon a dark fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. During your main phase, if there's a card in the field zone, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special an earthbound monster from your hand or graveyard, can't special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion and synchros. This is bad. What? We've been doing a little bit of Earthbound stuff for an upcoming TMT. Spoilers! And, this is not really what the deck wants at all, right? Like, their existing fusion spell is much better than this. Yeah, and chat's right. It's unsearchable. Okay, what do we call a double helix that doesn't work? Like the OCG makes a card designed to fix the archetype's problems and it doesn't. YouTuber apology. Thank you. That's it. Oh, single helix? That's good too. We see you, we hear you. Yeah! You are seen, you are heard. Fuck yourself. All right, next up. New aromatic scents with new aroma cards. Okay, listen. I was in for LGBTQ+, but now they're trying to tell me that aromas are part of the acronym. All right, let's talk about this. So there's a bunch of these. Aroma Lilith Rosalina. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. You can discard a card, then target an aroma you control, gain life points equal to half its attack. The only important part is that you gain anything. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon an aroma non-tuner from your deck, and you're plant locked. Aroma Lilith Magnolia. An aroma and a plant. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, plant monsters can't be destroyed by card effects. Pay 2k. Banish cards in the field equal to the total wins you control. If you gain life points, make all plant monsters gain an equal amount of attack until the end of the turn. Rosemary. Add an aroma from your deck to your hand. Special up to 3 aromas from your hand this card points to. Tribute a monster this card points to. Target a card on the field, banish it, gain 1,000. Discard a card, put one of the wins into your spell zone. Okay. Banish this from your graveyard to fusion. Okay, this card's insane. This card's unbelievable. And aroma healing, gain 1,000. Banish this to gain 500. I was kind of hoping for more. I know there's like a contingent of people who really like aroma, given that they keep showing up in the TMTs and asking for them. But this seems only okay. This card's good, Rosalina. I'm glad they printed an enabler for Magnolia. Aroma Blend is insane. Like, this card's unbelievable. But trying to think of a hand for which Aroma Blend is going to enable you to get like one of these online and then also get the Link monster out and then also be able to perform the fusion summon. It seems unlikely that it's going to manifest in anything competitive. People are reading Rosemary, I think, wrong. They're like, this card's crazy. It specials 3 aromas from your hand. So if your hand's full of dog shit, it will get the dog shit out of your hand, which is good in aroma because the whole deck is full of dog shit monsters that need your normal. Jess has combos. Oh, big surprise. Yeah, I think Jess will do great with it. What the fuck? What's her... Oh, Sunsea Jess is her...
Hey guys, it's Jess, and we just got new plank cards.
I always get flashbanged by the fact that Jess has a British accent. Hey guys, normal. It's Jess, and we just got new plant cards. Oh! Right, yeah.
And these aren't just your generic, oh, maybe like the 1-0 stat, which means it doesn't mesh to a 2-petal full combo. As it on it.
Okay, so like... Jess cooked. She is playing the good aroma cards in a Sun Avalon shell, right?
Shown as a starter, so it's an additional starter to Lokai. Then also it's an extender when we summon only 3. So the best line to show is those combat. This is going to be just playing.
That's fine. That's okay. If what these do is give a tour guide to plant monster decks, that's okay. You will not be setting humid winds from deck, I don't think.
So in this next slot, that's when you see how powerful this card really is. They've obviously got a very Laurel, which is got multi-rune summon off this deck.
God, Laurel is so good.
And Yalka is the other target to search.
I prefer Yanni, though.
Especially when you open your normal summon. And Yalka is just your other image target, it can't be summoned from deck. However, it's an extender. These are soft bricks, they're not hard bricks. They act as extenders when you draw them quite often, especially when you're getting life. So this is definitely the package.
Oh, what did she say? These are soft bricks? Ugh. Here in America, we call them garnets.
For the rest of it, 3 Lokai. Twin. So Lokai alongside...
Okay, like, come on.
You got it?
Wait a minute. Jess has figured out a good deck with Lokai in it? That doesn't sound right.
These are your like hard ones, but this will give you a full giant board. Then
Harpy King has pure vids. I don't think I can watch that on stream, right? Harpy King's the channel with the nude children. Yeah, I can't watch that on stream. Okay, next up. Burn it all down with Prisoner, Princess of Fruitful Flames. All right, so this is a really interesting card. Not because of the card. Let's do the card real quick. The card's crazy. You're locked into fires. During your main phase, you can special summon a fire monster from your graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in your graveyard, target a fire monster you control and a monster your opponent controls, destroy them, special summon this card. All I have to say to this is, I'm about to get racist. You know, right? Like, this is... we are going to ban some cards out of race, unfortunately. I don't know what they hit, but it's got to be something. This card's unbelievable. It's truly shocking, but no, don't. I like being your friend. PK Sparks, if I ever become racist, I'm actually going to stop there. I was like, if I, depending on who you're talking to, I'm already racist against a different group of people. And it's the reason that I can't talk about a specific card on the channel against Synchro Americans. Yeah. No. Okay. So the weird part about this card isn't the text. It's the release order. This card's crazy. And it came out on Master Duel first. So Master Duel released like art of this card before it was anywhere, right? And so people were like, what the fuck is going on? And then the OCG was like, don't worry, you're getting this next week. And Master Duel was like, you're getting this, I think, the 30th? 2 days after Master Duel. Or 2 days after OCG, Master Duel will get it. So we're going to have this in OCG and in Master Duel, but not in the TCG. And I just have to say, keep it up. This is sick as fuck. I'm super happy about this. One true format, inching ever closer. I'm very happy about this card. I think it's really cool. I think it's going to enable a lot. Master Duel's in a weird position where this does a lot for Rescue Ace, a deck that is dog shit in Master Duel because it's missing its 2 best cards. So maybe it's like playable, but I still doubt it. Two of them currently use Maxi. I'm going to be honest with you, chat. If what it took for one true format was Maxi legal in the TCG, I've come around. I would do it. I would do it. Finally, Raise the flag of rebellion once more with Raid Raptors. Okay, so this one's insane. I don't know what's up with Raid Raptors. In America, I've never encountered what I would call a Raid Raptor fan. And yet they keep printing shit for this deck. Does anyone like this deck? Like, what's going on? So we've got... while I'm doing this, Rebecca, can you pull up a tier list for Agov? We've got Raid Raptor Noir Lanius. During the main phase, if this card is normally special summoned this turn, you can target a Raid Raptor monster you control at a Raid Raptor monster with a different level from your deck to your hand. Banish this card from your graveyard. Increase or decrease the levels of all Raid Raptors you control by 1 until the end of the turn. Raid Raptor's Bloom Vulture. You can only use one effect among the 1 and 2. You cannot special summon monsters except dark monsters. If all face-up monsters you control are winged beast monsters, you can special summon this card in 1 Raid Raptor monster from your hand. If you control no monsters, you can target 2 level 4 Raid Raptor monsters, special summon them in defense position. This card, wow. This card's unbelievable. Raid Raptor Rising Rebellion Falcon. Rank 13 Dark Winged Beast effect monster. So it materials 5 level 13 winged beast monsters. Can you do that? I feel like that's impossible. If this card is Xyz summoned, destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible. Then if it has 3 or more Raid Raptor Xyz monsters with different names as material, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Unaffected by other cards' effects. Detach 3, target a Raid Raptor Xyz in graveyard. Replace this effect with that monster's effects until the end phase. This is as close to a good Raid Raptor end boss as they can make. Brave Strix. Don't say Brave when you actually mean Raid Raptor. You can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Detach a material, set a Raid Raptor spell trap. That's a really, really good effect. There's a lot of good Raid Raptor spell traps. If it has a winged beast, detach a material, add a rum from your deck to your hand. Holy fuck. Rise up, rank up, magic up, raid raptors, magic raid force, raid raptors, rise, rank up, magic, raid raptors, force. During either main phase or your opponent's battle phase, target 2 or more Raid Raptor Xyz monsters, special summon from your extra deck, and Xyz whose rank equals the total rank. Okay, that's how we get to the 13. If a Raid Raptor monster is specialed from the extra deck, add a Raid Raptor spell trap from your deck to your hand. This is a fun of. And it's also Emerald. And Barrage, if you control a Raid Raptor monster, target a face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effects. And you can only do monsters unless you have a Raid Raptor Xyz. And then cycle back to hand. This card's good too. So I am, this is going to shock you, one of the few people that actually understands Raid Raptors. And that's because during the early days of the CSM, people kept winning and asking for Raid Raptor TMTs. And even though those TMTs are dog shit, and I play very poorly in them, it required me to spend a lot of time thinking about Raid Raptors. And all I have to say is, these are good. These are really good. Raid Raptor is a combo pile, that is close to playable. But the things that are missing are largely the things that are represented here. Bloom Vulture's insane. Brave Strix is unbelievable. Now, don't get me wrong. You're gonna have to do a lot to convince me the best thing to do with these cards isn't just Kali Yuga. But this is close. Oh, Exordio has something? How does Exordio get these out the day after? Noir Lanius into Simorg. Okay, come on. What are we doing? 4 Strix for the new guy. Wise. Rank up into Brave. Don't say Brave when you actually mean rank up. Arsenal. Grab Strangle. Bardish. Get the 13. Gaga Magician. Oh, that's adorable. SP Little Knight. Then on our opponent's turn, we get to make the negation. This is crazy. And this is awesome. This is tight as hell. Nibiru? I mean, when are you Nibiruing? Right? Nibiru too early, and any extender gets you back to Rusty Bardish, and like Rusty contests a 4-card hand really well. Nibiru too late, and they're going to stick the guy that's unaffected, right? This is tight. Oh, and then of course Kali Yuga. You know, okay, whoa, let's not go too far. We're still making Kali Yuga. But yeah. I would hope that they'd ban Kali Yuga so we can actually play with the new Raid Raptor stuff. All right, those are the new cards I missed. Hope you all enjoyed my important insight. Hey, we're actually really close to 30K, so subscribe. I should have said that at the beginning. Fuck. All right. Oh, God, that's so many. Oh, Jesus Christ. How do I edit these? Is there a way? You can't? All right, there we go. All right. Everyone ready for this? Am I blind? Where's Pendulum? I don't know. Let me write down my thoughts on a notepad so that I don't forget. Mr. Witch Duck! Thank you for the 10 gifties. I really appreciate it. If you didn't get one, dodge in chat. As simple as that. God damn it. I really... let's change Rogue to high potential. Jesus Christ. I'm realizing that I actually don't believe in any of these decks. Fuck. Did Brandon do anything this weekend? No. Yeah. Did Chimera? No. Fuck. Chimera won Dragon Duel. I'm about to have one deck in tier 2, just so you all know. You all have to be okay with this. I'm about to have literally one deck in tier 2. I'm like writing this down. Legitimately, I'm about to put 9 different decks in bad. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is... No, I can't do this one. I think that last one's fine. Better? Why is it better? No, it's fine. I don't want to like... I don't want to put like Horus tier and tier in different places. The one that this one's missing that's important is Sprite, but I can talk about Sprite. Mods, I'm getting some of my messages conflict with moderation settings. You have to post better. Sorry. All right, there we go. All right, that's how I'm going to do this. Okay, ready? Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here. Oh, we're still in just chatting. Da 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 da. We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh now. I'm not going to switch the thing though because technically I am just chatting. There we go. Ah, not you. You. That's still too low. Come on, let's get up. Get up. I feel like I'm talking to Sadie. Come on, get up. Up, 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 up. All right. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and we're doing one of these again. The numbers have gone down. What happened to this generation? You used to care about professional quality insight about the format given from someone who has no idea what the format is or what's good in it. But if this last weekend has shown us anything, that designation, idiot who has no idea what's good, can extend to pretty much everyone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Because I think not only myself, but a significant amount of professional players and people who are paid to come up with understandings about the format got it entirely wrong. We were supposed to put Exodia in tier 0. Anyway, I'm making this list after YCS Indiana, so I want... Indiana. Anyway, I'm making this list right after YCS Indianapolis, so I do want to talk a little bit about that event. Obviously, the huge takeaway from that event is that Rescue Ace is wholly dominant. The huge takeaway from that event is that Rescue Ace is wholly dominant, the unquestioned best deck. But the second takeaway is that the format is not exactly solved. Rescue Ace, we'll talk about it, actually. I don't even want to say that. Here's what I'll say. I'm making this after Indianapolis, so understand that my understanding is going to reflect what happened at Indianapolis, and I'm very open to being wrong as hell for Richmond. And I'll be at Richmond, so, you know, if I'm wrong, there are consequences. All right, first and foremost, let's talk about Tier 1. One deck only, you know it's got to be Rescue Ace. Okay, so I'm putting this in here because results-wise, this is what the data supports. Rescue Ace had an unbelievable weekend. The new Diabell Star cards rocketed it to the top of Tier 1, 12 copies in the top 32, and most of them converted to top 16 as well. Unbelievable representation rate, unbelievable turnover. However, I remain unconvinced about Rescue Ace. It is so frustrating to see a deck like this do so well despite the fact that I think its matchup spread is not particularly good. When you look at the other top decks, things like Tierlament, Unchained, and Pearly, Rescue Ace has a really hard time against all those strategies. Unchained and Tierlament specifically, it feels like it has to win the die roll to even have a chance, and the way that Pearly is being built now, despite it historically being a really good matchup for Rescue Ace, I think is like a 90-10 in Pearly's favor. Pack was talking about how he thought it was impossible to drop a game to this strategy. The thing is, those are not the only decks being played. So if you can guarantee a more diverse format than that, Rescue Ace does wallop everything else on the tier list, with the exception of like Labyrinth, which isn't a real deck. So in a diverse format where you theoretically could be playing against anything, Rescue Ace is a great pick, with the understanding that if you play one of its bad matchups, which statistically you will, you are going to have to either win the die roll or sack out of your mind. But the end result, but at Indianapolis, the format was diverse, and the end result was a Rescue Ace list, and the end result was Rescue Ace dominance. As a result, it not only got a ton of slots in the top 32 and in the top 16, it closed out finals. So maybe I'm just a moron. All right, let's go to... I've named it Actual Tier 1. These are the decks I think... Okay, let's go to... I named it Actual Tier 1. I don't want to disrespect Rescue Ace. I am a Rescue Ace pilot, and I do like the strategy. But these are the decks that I would also consider when building for or going to a tournament. And unsurprisingly, the first one is going to be Pearly. I think Pearly's incredibly good this format. It has a lot of fantastic matchups. Very few decks can deal with just a big guy that has like 9 material and can spin 4 cards back. It is exceptionally consistent. It's very strong. It has slots for non-engine because it can always discard them to the quick plays if it has to. The problem with Pearly is that the hate against Pearly is so good that it feels like it wins the game on the spot. There's a million different pieces of non-engine that cook this deck to the moon. Pun intended. And you can't possibly play around them the same way you could in a deck that loses to Droll by playing like main deck crossout designator, because there's so many of them, they're so diverse, and they all beat the deck in different ways. Again, Pac was talking about this on Twitter, how he feels that people are just playing a whole bunch of defensive non-engine cards, which makes it really hard to build for a deck that loses to all of them. Next up. Unchained. Unchained had a really bad weekend. I think that has very little to do with the deck. I think the deck is still in a very good spot. I think that things like main deck Bestial are becoming more common, which is a little bit of a problem for this deck, but certainly not lights out. I think it's still incredibly powerful. I think at Indianapolis, it just wasn't popular, and it wasn't being piloted by the right pilots, if that makes sense. I've always kind of said this about Unchained. It's secretly 2 different decks. There's a version of the deck that's not very good, that's just YouTube combo-oriented, people playing off a spreadsheet. That deck is very beatable. But against players who understand how the Unchained pieces work with each other and how they can represent everything while playing around as much as possible, the deck feels unbeatable. Really seasoned Unchained pilots, I think, still have what it takes to get into top cut. The problem is a lot of those players audibled onto different decks for this event. Next up. Oh boy, this one's hard. So I really like Tierlament. I think it's a fantastic deck. I think it's a great choice for the current meta. The problem is that Tierlament occasionally just loses to itself. You know, there are games in which an opponent is on main deck Bestials and you lose 2 of your names out of the graveyard and there's just nothing you can do for the remainder of the game. But there are also games where your mills don't work out and you just lose. That sucks. That's awful. And as a result, it's kind of a hard sell to be like, a significant amount of the games are going to be out of your control. Sometimes you will gamba and you will lose. That said, it also has the most ability to play through almost anything I feel is anything on this list. It has the ability to put up some of the most impressive boards as anything on this list with the most diverse points of interaction. And I still do think that the deck has what it takes to be super competitive in a post-Agov format. I'm not yet sold on the Horus cards, but they could be part of that list. They could not. I think as we coalesce around a more solved build, a lot of the problems people have with the deck will go away. It's a little loose at the moment, but I think the pieces are there. Next up, Tier 2. Flu. This is a hard sell. People are getting a lot more comfortable putting Droll in their main... Oh, wait, shit. We've got one more in Tier 1. My bad. And finally in Tier 1, Mannadium. All right, this one... I never thought I was going to have to say this, but the new stuff released in Agov really pushes what Mannadium is capable of. It now has the capacity to play through a lot, and I think a lot of professional players picking up this deck is less a reflection of people being like, I have to do good with Mannadium, and more making a calculation that this is a deck that has the capacity to go the distance. Obviously, you saw the top 4 this weekend. I think there was one in top 32 as well. Didn't Hani clear with it? There's a lot going on for this strategy. The downside is that it has a real problem with exactly Droll and Lockbird, and people are getting a little more comfortable playing that card, both in side decks and in main decks. But outside of that, it really does have the capacity to play through a lot, represent a lot in the same way that Unchained would, and I think that it is going to have to be something that you have a plan for moving forward. Nib, Droll, Imperm, win anyway. I don't know who told you that. You can Nib, Imperm, win anyway. Next up, Tier 2. Only a couple decks in this one, and the first one's Flu. So I know I literally just said that people are being more comfortable playing Droll in their main deck, but I'm still advocating for this deck. I think it lines up really, really well against a bunch of the metagame. A significant amount of the points of interaction in Rescue Ace and in a bunch of the decks in Tier 1 do not matter at all to Fluandereeze. A significant amount of plays available to decks like Unchained and Mannadium can't help but put monsters in attack position, which is really good for cards like M-Pen. Against decks like Rescue Ace, the deck puts up significant back row, which is a real problem. And against a significant amount of the decks on this list, the Unexplored Winds does a ton of damage to their strategy. I think Fluandereeze is a really sick pick for this upcoming format, but I think it does have a real problem with a lot of the side deck options that people are bringing. For that reason, I don't feel comfortable putting it in Tier 1, but I think it is something you should expect to play, and it is something you should be practiced against, because it plays on an axis that is different enough. If you are unprepared, you will get absolutely schlonged by this one. Also, Winds is still legal. Shifter's still legal, you know? After that, okay, I just believe too much. I don't know what to say. I just believe too much. I never believe that Dragon Link is out. The fact that a significant amount of the tier 1 decks have really good targets for Bystials makes me think it's okay. The fact that that Resonator list that was functionally just Bystial Turbo cleared into Top Cut makes me think it's okay. It's gotta be around. I know that it had a rough weekend, but I think the deck is still strong, still has the capacity to play through almost everything, still has an incredibly favorable hand trap lineup against the meta. I just believe too much in my heart of hearts that this deck is still playable. Next up. Okay, we are just going to all pretend that this is Sprite, because Sprite's not on here. This list doesn't have Sprite. We're just going to pretend that Salamangreat of Fire is a Sprite card. Sprite is in a really weird position. They just got the greatest Link 2 in the history of time, SP Little Knight, which you would think would make the deck at least somewhat playable, and largely SP Little Knight has just been played in other better decks to bigger effect. But I don't think that Sprite is all the way out of the metagame entirely. I think that diverse formats really favor that deck. I think it has a wealth of options that almost no other strategy can boast. It has a really good way to interact with any specific interaction point, be it back row or like monster effects. It does have a little bit of a problem with Droll, but it's not so pronounced that I would feel comfortable being like, oh, don't bring it to a tournament because people are main decking Droll the same way I would for like Fluonderies. I think the strategy is fine. I think it will take some time to figure out what build of it is worth playing. All right, let's go to high potential. So here I actually want to focus on some decks that have high potential instead of just using this as a hold. So here I want to actually focus on decks that I think have high potential instead of using it as a holding facility for bad strategies. So let's begin with Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a very strange deck. It's much better now than it was in the previous format in a vacuum. The new card is incredibly strong for the deck. It gives it a lot of turn 0 options, which is really impressive. I think that the strategy has a lot of teeth and, again, operates on an axis that a lot of decks aren't prepared to interact with. Specifically, if you look at Rescue Ace, I think its Labyrinth matchup is like 90-10. Labyrinth's got some bad matchups. I think it's really bad into Unchained, for instance. Not super strong into Monodium, because the deck can just put up a quadrillion negates before you can do anything. But if Rescue Ace has shown anything, it's that matchup spreads aren't super important in a format this diverse. And I think that Lab does have the potential to just walk all over a lot of rogue options. That said, good deck with bad matchups is a quality that Rescue Ace already has. And its bad matchups are less bad, and its good matchups are much better. Which means that you're competing for the same type of shooting under the gap as you are with Rescue Ace. The difference is Lab's got a much lower ceiling. It's a lot more telegraphed. It only really does the one thing. So that's why it's in high potential. Next up. Exo. I feel like I'm always saying this. Seems like a good metagame for Exo. Exo Sister is strong. Certainly Exo Sister is strong. I mean, you would be ridiculous to claim that it isn't. It just got top 32, right? People can't help but playing with their graveyards right now. All of the tier 1 decks do it, and as a result, they all trigger all of the Exo Sister effects. And the Exo Sister point of interaction is robust enough that it really does hose pretty much everything. The problem is it's got a really low ceiling. It just doesn't accomplish as much as any of the other top decks. Relies a lot on non-engine, things like floodgates in the back row or going second tools that maybe have coverage against some of the top decks, but not all of them. But a skilled pilot with a good read on the meta can still take this pretty far. All right. So instead of bad decks here at the bottom, I've put who knows, this format is all over the place, because I don't really feel comfortable calling any of these decks like bad, and I think they probably could all still win a YCS. I just feel like they're like poorly positioned right now. And let's begin with Fur Hire. So it's kind of weird putting Sprite in tier 2, but Sprite Fur Hire in this like bottom rung of the ladder. That's because it's got this weakness that Sprite doesn't, and that's that the Fur Hire build of Sprite does not have a lot of room for non-engine. I think that a lot of this format is going to be determined by the non-engine that you are playing, and the deck that has the fewest slots with which to play is in a uniquely bad position. All of the weaknesses of Sprite, but none of the ability to have the coverage that playing a diverse option or a diverse array of non-engine gets you, right? Its line is good, but so is Monodium's Uninterrupted. Branded's weird. Saying Branded is good or bad it feels like it changes every day. I would say right now I wouldn't bring Branded to a tournament, but the people who play Branded will bring Branded to a tournament until they ban Branded Fusion, so who knows? Right now I think it's in a uniquely poor position because I think there are some hands with which are hurt by a lot of the cards that hurt the rest of Tier 1. Droll, for instance, I think is okay against it, especially the builds that people are playing right now. The Bystials are, of course, incredibly strong against the strategy. And post-board, people are still on, like, Dimensional Barrier and all the cards that win you the game instantly. It's also in this weird position where a bunch of really cool stuff came out in Agov and it can't actually play any of it. Like, I guess theoretically you can throw an SP Little Knight in there and, like, make it turn 3. But who are we kidding? Oh. Next up is Chimera. Chimera is so weird. It's so strange. This got new support in Agov, and the new support is good. It's really strong. It enables not only a bunch of really cool plays in the deck, it enables a bunch of really cool plays to splash Chimera in other decks. Maybe someday we'll make an OMO about, like, here's all the cool decks that could theoretically play a small Chimera engine from this position on. But the deck still only does the one thing. It tries to get Baphomet on field, resolve it, and activate Chimera Fusion afterwards. And against a lot of decks, that is not nearly enough. You'll have, like, a negate conditional on your opponent not having a way to deal with Mirror Sword Knight. You'll have a 4-card hand, and your opponent maybe has access to Guardian Chimera or something. And that's a good setup, but it's not a great setup, which means you are, like many other decks, leaning on non-engine. But you're largely not leaning on the non-engine for going second, because a lot of these cards are really only good if you're able to resolve them uninterrupted. Baphomet into an established board that has negates, for instance, not very strong. So as a result, when I say non-engine, I mean like Ash Blossom here, right? I mean like a hand trap. I'm not talking about like Tactics Talents. This puts the deck in a really weird position, where it feels like it wants to play a ton of non-engine to supplement a very svelte main deck package, but all the best non-engine right now is for going second. So you're on like books and stuff to like maybe stop a Pearly opponent. It's weird. If the metagame condenses down to fewer decks, this deck will be good. But until then, I think they're just going to jam super polymerization and be like, I hope this works. God, I hope this works. I think we can knock the rest of these out real quick. All right, I think we can knock the rest of these out real quick. Dark World's in the same position as a number of decks on this list, which is if people start playing Droll and Lockbird, it literally cannot win. The difference is that Dark World also can occasionally just not win by its own merits. Sometimes your opponent draws no interaction and you still can't go off. Deck's not good, despite the fact that it's very frustrating. Ken and Gen are cool, but don't resolve any of this deck's fundamental problems. People are playing Bystial's main deck, which is really bad news for MathMech, but the other piece of really bad news for MathMech is that MathMech is not very good. I keep saying Sword Soul's not strong right now, but someone could show up tomorrow to a YCS and win with Sword Soul. Sometimes they just want it more. Like Chimera, Marincess feels like it has to play a lot of non-engine that isn't necessarily good going second. Like they're really hedging on cards like Troll and Lockbird to make up the difference in a lot of matchups. Additionally, it tends to get cross-hate with Pearly. Like if people are playing Kaijus to wax a Noir, they also just destroy your entire game plan. Just feels like a less competent Pearly deck. Come on, man. I guess what I'd say about this one is like, anti-spell is being played. As always, Rika is not a competent deck. It's not realistic. It competes for the same metagame space as Monadium in an uninterruptible... it competes for the same metagame space as Monadium in that it's a balls-to-the-wall combo strategy that wins the game if it's uninterrupted. But Monadium can play through interruption to a degree. It can play second to a degree. The downside is there is not a... The downside is that there is not a Monadium equivalent of Jess. Once Monadium finds its Jess, this will be undisputed. But for now, this deck is not good unless you are Jess. Come on, man. Haven't we suffered enough? Max Reynolds won an OTS championship, I think, 2 weeks ago with a cash tier list that he built in 10 minutes. That was very funny. That is going to be the last anything resembling a top I expect to see out of this deck. Infernoble... we'll come back to Infernoble. God, I wish that Stratos... God, I wish this deck was playable. Sadly, it loses to absolutely everything, and now people are main decking Super Poly, so I guess it loses to even more. What the hell was that? Versus Soul. Who's ready for Versus Soul? Versus Soul. I mean, it topped this last weekend. I don't know how it keeps happening. To me, the deck seems like Exo Sister with like all the same problems as Exo Sister. But there's always like one random player at a YCS who just has the dream run and loses in top 32. The math mech of 2023? I guess. And finally, Infernoble. I still really puzzled by this. I think that Infernoble does have the chops. I think it does have the ability to kind of go the distance. I think it has lines that play through pretty much anything. But they are lower impact lines than the Monadium deck for sure. So I think there has to be a good reason to play this deck over Monadium, and presently, I don't think there is. I think there is a scenario where the metagame develops to such a point that Monadium is attracting almost all of the anti-combo hate, and Infernoble, which has a much more flexible and available combo, and a lot of a pronounced ability to play through the going second blowouts like Triple Tack, becomes like a powerful combo strategy. But, I'll believe it when I see it, I guess. Hey.
You're really cute.
Thank you.
Neely said it would be ready around noon, but never called me. Do you think...
Just call him, yeah.
Walk over?
No, just call him. What are you, a millennial? Just call him.
Just walk over.
Give them a call!
I don't want to bother them.
You're not bothering them. You're paying them money to get your car fixed.
Okay. Well, I'll brush my teeth first.
Okay. They're not going to be able to smell your breath.
Well, I'm just delaying. Maybe then...
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
I look cute.
You do look cute.
Thank you.
Jillian's getting her car fixed, and the car fixing place was like, we'll call probably around 12, and it's 12:30, and she's like, oh, do you think it's done? And I'm like, you should call them. She's like, oh, I don't want to bother them.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I could just walk over.
Then no, don't worry. They get it.
Okay. I also was supposed to be on campus today by 12:30, but I was like, that's not gonna happen. So you're stuck with a call
With a Jillian.
the work from home friend today.
That's fine.
It's me.
I know. It's also Sadie.
That's true.
All right.
Walking over is so much more than
No,
just
she
falling.
loves walking.
But I like walking.
It's her favorite thing.
And I have to walk over there anyways.
All right, bye. So that's where we are. Again, I want to stress that I feel that the difference between the good decks in this format and the bad decks in this format is so much less pronounced than it usually is, and a significant amount of these decks, including the ones in this bottom rung, I think could make really deep runs at a YCS, if not win it entirely. I mean, that doesn't go for MathMech. Sorry, boys. All right, now rattle off your pet decks, and I'll tell you why they're not on here. Oh, real quick, the person who's saying Salamangreat, where would you actually put Salamangreat? Here. In fact, here. Get off the list. Plunder Patrol. Do not think Plunder Patrol is very good. A lot of the reason to play Plunder Patrol was it had a really good Kashtira matchup, and that deck is gone. Tistina. Traptrix. There's always some Traptrix defender who comes into these. Has Traptrix done anything like in the past 4 months that warrants it being on this list? Exodia in the hands of one man specifically. Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigade topped. What the hell was up with that? It wasn't like it was like Sprite Tri-Brigade, right? Earth Machine. The Earth Machine indie top, it was close. It was very funny. Punk Gold Pride. I'm so sorry, friends. Maybe when the goblins come out. Where Makonko? It top 32. Where is Makonko? At the bottom of top 32. Where it belongs. Joseph, what about Pendulum? Actually, a great question. I think that Pendulum has a really pronounced capacity to be insanely strong in this format. I think that the Zark Pendulum list has a unique ability to play the non-engine that is coming to define not only this format, but how we play Yu-Gi-Oh! I think there is a real chance that it is a contender in upcoming formats, and I think that the reason it's not currently represented is it plays differently than Pendulum Slop usually does. It's going to take people a little bit to adjust. Not sponsored. I really think that deck is good. Pen runs non-engine? Yes, it does now. It runs like... It has like 9 slots for it. Live Twin. Could be playable as part of Sprite. Goatee. We need the new stuff, baby. Then it's going to be tier 0. Worth buying Pendulum then? Oh, I think probably because it's like 30 cents, right? Are any of the cards money? If any of the cards are money, no. Runic Fur Hire? It's on here. Branded Despia? It's also on here. SP Little Knight Control? Well, there it is. It's actually the very first one on here, right? SP Little Knight Control right here. Unchained? Also! Red Dragon Archfiend? I don't know, man. I mean, I wasn't believing it, but then Resonator got like top 16, so what do I fucking know? PK Horus Pile? I am not convinced on any of the Horus Piles, but if I were going to play a Horus Pile, it would be something like that stupid fucking Resonator one, or probably Tearlament. Runic Stun? Shouts out to Johnny. Greatest to ever do it. Runic Stun is not a viable deck. But buy out Scrubbed Raid. TG. What? TG. What the fuck is that? Oh, sorry. I'm a member of the LGB Alliance. Dinomorphia. No. Can we acknowledge Bestial is incredibly strong? Yeah. That's why Dragon Link is where it is. Vsauce Pile. I think Manadium is really good. Yes. Is yesterday's VoD on here? Who gonna tell him? Synchron Adventure. Man, that deck never topped. We thought that deck was going to be tier 1. It never topped. I will say about 10 minutes into making the TMT, I was like, oh, this deck is not real. Oh my God, this deck is not real. Not for us, baby. AFD field spell control. Stove is going to get a top doing this. All right, that's pretty much everything that I think we want to cover. Snake Eyes? Snake Eyes, literally tier 1. Literally tier 1. All right, let's get Doug in here.
Seemed like he was ready.
Douglas!
How's it going, man?
Holy shit, it's been 1,000 years. It's going okay. I will say, last night, I thought I was sick. It turns out I just needed to rest. But last night I was like, if I am fucking sick tomorrow, I'm going to be so mad.
I mean, that's how I felt with this. I just need to make a PSA. I know none of you are YouTubers. I know it doesn't matter. I just need to make this PSA. If it helps a single person, it was worth it. Don't buy Elgato's lamps. Just don't fucking do it. This has been the worst part of my entire setup. It has constantly been an issue. Why does a lamp need to hook up to the Wi-Fi? I don't understand how that is a good idea.
Are you talking about the key light?
Yes.
Okay, so 1, I have one right here. And 2, you are 100% correct. There's no reason a lamp should ever have to hook up to Wi-Fi. But 3, I've never had a problem with mine. Is it a skill issue? What's going on?
Right now, it's an issue because I got a new router and it won't hop on over to the new one. So I just don't have a lamp then. And it's just like, not that like I've had, like, it's like a problem once every like 4 months or something where I just wake up and the app won't work or whatever. But it's like, it's just a frustrating situation where like I've been sitting here for 40 minutes and I'm just like, why does this need to hook up to the Wi-Fi? Like the lamp is it's a lamp.
You are correct. I do appreciate them being like, no, you can change the color scheme in the thing. It's like, I get that. The on-off should not be controlled by the internet.
Right.
Like, there was a time when I just moved in and I didn't really have a good lighting setup, and I was just using like a standing lamp with like a soft light on it, and I was like, this is exactly the same. Like,
right.
Just put a little piece of yellow paper in there sometimes.
Yeah, no, I have like a shirt over it right now. There's like... they sent us for like one of the remote duel invitationals, like one of those first things. They sent us equipment, and they sent us like a key light at the time that was like basically this Elgato lamp, but it had like you could choose. It had like physical buttons and dials to mess with like the lights and stuff, and that seemed like way easier, so much easier. I don't know why I bought this.
My morning's been crazy.
Anyway, I sent you an invite.
Yeah, I still have to build my deck. It's gonna take a sec. Hold up. I decided to film a video while I was waiting. Sorry.
No, I thought that was fine. Yeah, that's what I took forever. Yeah.
No, but my day's been crazy so far. I woke up and I pressed go live and immediately got like a terrible nosebleed.
On stream?
Yeah. It was just like,
oh shit.
It was I never get nosebleeds either. But it was
yeah, gotta stop doing coke before stream.
Yeah, for sure. No, now I'm coughing. I haven't been coughing all stream either, and now I am.
Oh shit.
But no, what it was I went to TwitchCon, right? I went to Vegas.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. People should not be living there. It is uninhabitable. It's so dry. I don't know. I don't know
How bad was it?
Well, day one, my nose was like cracking, and I was coughing all the time because when you take a breath in, you're
Dries you right out.
inhaling like sand, like it's
Yeah.
terrible.
You just gotta take Vaseline and just rub it all in your nose.
I didn't do that. I should have done that. That was rookie mistake. No, it was disgusting.
What even was TwitchCon? Like, because like I was talking with my friend at Indie about this because you were at that, and I was like, okay, like TwitchCon for like huge people, millions of followers, I'm sure they're getting their dick sucked, and then TwitchCon for like fans is like a different experience. But you guys were kind of in between. So what did you do?
That is a great question, Mr. Zeef. In fact, that is I spent the first part of the stream talking about it, but that's pretty much exactly the problem. The panel, there were like panels on like improving your stream, and I was like, oh, that's going to be important, like industry kind of understanding or whatever. And I go in
How to download OBS.
No, but like there was one that I really wanted to go to about investing. And it was like what to do when you randomly start having a lot of money and you want to like preserve a nest egg, but you're not going to have like a retirement plan or a 401k. And I was like, oh, this is like really, really important, right? I go in and they're like, when you start getting money off Twitch, consider putting some of it into what's called a savings account. And I was like, you're fucking with me. There's no way, man. It was.
You won't believe the annual interest rate on your savings account.
But no, it really was. How do you spell right? Oh, never mind. No, it really was a for big streamers. You are right; they were just getting their cock sucked the whole time. But for most of the panels were geared toward people who were either starting streaming or were like small affiliates. So like me and Danny and people, we were just like in a weird middle zone where it was like, okay, we all already know this. Like, where's the important stuff? There was, I will say, I don't want to paint it all as bad. There were a significant amount of panels where I was like, okay, this was actually incredibly important information, and I'm glad I got it. But they were few. We went to, I think, 9 panels, and 2 or 3 of them were like that type of quality. The vast majority was like, okay, man, come on.
Man, that's like a work conference.
Yeah, see, no, I wanted it to be a work conference, but TwitchCon is trying to be a work conference for people in the industry, but also it's trying to be a
con.
Like an anime convention. They have like an artist alley and shit. And it's also trying to be like a meet and greet for like fucking Asmongold viewers. And
right. It's everything.
Well, in being everything, it feels like nothing. It also was kind of my personal hell to be like, do you know Twitch chat? What if everyone here was from Twitch chat? Oh, but not you guys. You guys are great.
So, yeah, you guys are great.
No,
I think the other chatters.
No, my chat knows by now. There's a difference between Twitch chat, like what I experience on stream, and Twitch chat.
Right.
And we work very hard on this stream to keep Twitch chat out of Twitch chat. Okay, I think this is it. I got 2 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check this.
This deck looks tight. Let me see if Ugh. Let me see if I'm missing something here.
Yeah. Here, do you want to do like your profile or something? I can like end the call real quick if you want like a minute to talk to your chat or.
No, this is I'm prepped.
Okay.
Do we need to use different? Did different accessories come out while we were chilling?
I mean, technically the Unchained board came out.
Oh yeah, there's a board.
Or no, it's the Archfiend board.
Archfiend Palabyrinth. Oh, they have the new mate, right? The new mate.
Yeah, that's what I was misremembering here. What's this? Oh, it's kind of cool.
What the dog doing?
Thank you for the 2 gifties for Tolino. Appreciate it.
What the dog doing?
rescue shit.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing? Oh my god, he's so big.
Yeah, no, it's like I was talking to my stream the other day about that. Like, isn't it funny that they only did like one chibi mate and then never again? Like, what's up with that?
It seems like that's what you would want to do, right?
Yeah, like I don't know, make him cute.
I'm gonna save
make
the
him
Unchained
fun.
one for next time, Chad. I'm gonna use Cross Sheep.
There you go.
Cross Sheep is so cute. All right, so I forget how we do this. I can just they don't take my audio, right? It's just yours.
I think they take your audio sometimes. Why? What's up?
I couldn't remember if I need to put you through headphones or not. I really don't want to, so I won't.
Oh yeah, no, don't. I think you're fine.
All right.
Just make sure the music's off, and I think we'll be fine.
Yes. That I remember.
Yeah.
Wait, did I not say? Oh, I did. Yeah.
Let's see how these predictions went, chat.
Oh yeah, I have to do.
Really? Wow, you guys are really okay.
What did they
30%
say?
for me, which I think is a little low, but
30?
yeah. Not too many people voted actually, to be fair, but
Okay, you all understand that we won the last one by the grace of God, right? Like, okay, 30 seconds on this. There was no reason we were meant to 2-0 that last one. And
it wasn't a 2-0. It was or was it?
was it a 2-0?
Yeah.
Was it a 2-1? Yeah. It was one of those things where I think the only way I could have won was a 2-0. Like, if Doug had any chance to warm up, I was cooked.
No, I think I like actually murdered you in game 2. I think it was a
It might have been
game.
so
I think
fast
just
that I forgot.
Yeah, I think I just like killed you. Yes.
Game 2, Doug through. Yeah, wasn't it like, it might have been like you murdered me in game 1, and then, yeah, no. Game 1, I got the sloth out.
I actually do remember my hand game 3
just
was
bricked.
both vanillas, 2 unexpected die. And then game 2 I also opened both vanillas, and game 1 I opened 1 vanilla, 1 yeah, wait.
Get owned, I guess I would say.
Who put those cards? Actually, in game 3 of that last one, I would have had game on the first, or I would have had like a combo on turn 1 if I was playing Link Spider in my extra deck. But
I remember
wasn't,
this.
So
I'm gonna get this cough out real quick, and then we're gonna run it.
yeah, okay. Oh right, chat. Yeah, the Clayman incident of 2023. Yes, that was it. Actually.
There we go. Fucking hell. I'm still coughing up sand. I fucking hate that place.
That didn't even happen in Cancun.
Well, because Cancun was humid.
Yeah. Not a dry heat.
Oh, man. Cancun was so nice. Oh, I'm still thinking about it. All day
Sometimes
in the water.
when I'm having a tough day, I just think about, waking up and sitting on that beach and just getting drunk and talking about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Chilling in the ocean for like 6 hours. Man, that was sick.
Getting
All right. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going first.
Yep.
Doug, you're only rookie 2? Oh,
I
hate
know
to
I'm
beat up
not.
on a
I'm not
rookie.
training enough.
All right, let's see if I can open something playable. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't think I did. Oh, no, wait. No, this is full combo.
What a roller coaster of emotions that was.
The question is how full combo. All right, Crush Cards, are you prepped for the timer zoom? I think if he has Ash, we can't beat it, chat. So we're just going to gun it. All right, I'm going to summon a card you
Paint
may not
around the
be
wall.
familiar with, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Zom Bow Wow Wow.
You You're okay. Okay. This
now
isn't
let's
even
set
a joke
Volk.
yet because these can get triggered off of the. Like, I understand where we're going
Yeah,
here. I'm sure you got the. So you went into the. You pivoted into the Madolce pack to get the box of friends stuff to. I mean,
You
I'm
are
ready.
correct. You
I'm
are
ready.
correct. You figured it out.
Okay.
Set counter here. All right, now we'll just
Yeah.
lose to Ash Blossom. Does he have it?
No.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
It's only a one.
Wait, what? No! Oh my God.
Reading. You have to do one with 0 attack, one with 0 defense. Did you not know that?
No. You're thinking of Box of Friends.
Oh, you
Zomba-
special summon one level 1 monster with 0 attack. Oh, it has to have 0 attack and defense.
But you have to be able to negate its effects. Oh, 0 and 0? I literally didn't read.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's say, I think we. I mean, this is the one you want, right? I mean,
Well, I only have one metal foe.
Ox Pass? This
No,
was
we're
full
gonna-
combo?
It was full combo. I just elected not to do it for some reason.
Oh my god, you thought the Zambawa could summon Lokai?
I did.
That would have been nuts! Special summon one. That would have been crazy.
Skipped
Okay.
a step there.
Wow, that is really unfortunate, I think. Welp, let's activate Long One.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes
It's
you're
been 3 weeks,
sometimes
yeah.
you're on one side of the reading, sometimes you're on the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I must say, I think I got like 10 to your 1 right there. So
This is
you're
my
fine.
gift to you. Those in the comments. Comments. This is
Question.
Wait, is this like History of Yu-Gi-Oh? I can't remember. Can they see my hand?
Yeah, on your turn, yeah.
Comments. Be cool. All right. We could just pretend that that was my only play.
Am I doing this one? Probably. Just does this even do anything though? It does if all right. Activate Jackalope.
Oh shit! I was like, why is he setting shit?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought these might be interesting to try in here. I don't really know if their levels make sense.
I
but
do
just felt like
appreciate that we're both playing like our clearly best deck with like the worst side engine possible.
Well, it was because like I just got sick of drawing all those fucking vanilla cards.
No,
I
think you're
maybe
in the-
that's not
Well, you
what I
cut
should be
Toon Warrior. No.
Okay, what does Metaphor's counter say? Let me just read this card real
Don't
quick.
read it,
Again.
please.
If card you control is by battle, or card effects was one of during plays.
Yeah.
Graveyard. Okay. Weirdly enough, I think the play is
Oh.
this,
Oh Jesus, I'm dead.
and then will Yazi
dead here.
itself and the counter
Yep.
trigger the Yazi.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go, special Taya.
Yeah. And this negates its effects,
See,
right?
this week, this week I can remember the fucking combo, but last week I got 2 tunneled on not summoning Clayman.
Well,
It's ridiculous. It happens.
look where I am.
Yeah.
Okay. This we have to pivot here,
and then
chat.
we'll do a little bit of this. We'll do a little bit of this.
We have to pivot here, chat.
Um,
You wouldn't hurt Doll Monster Bear. He's a bear.
Right.
Even if we get damaged, it's okay.
It's okay.
Grandpa Demetto can patch us up.
Right. Yeah, I'll select another card, I think. We'll target that one. Yeah. We'll activate the tie effect. Why not?
Oh, I bet. You know, Chad, I don't even think the real combo would have beat this.
No, like the Jackalope is pretty cool. Okay, let's go, this, and we'll pop, I'm just killing you now, so I'll do this, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have revealed that I had that.
Jesus Christ, we were cooked no matter what. Wait,
Yeah,
you drew off the Jackalope? Boo. You stinky
It
man.
happens. Okay, what is this lethal yet? I don't know. I don't want to.
Is this lethal
so
yet?
20
Just make an 8 and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Baron dog. I know you got it. Oh, we got Changing.
No, I think just without making anything else. I think this is fine. I don't want to have to. I don't want to spin any wheels here. 31. We have 71 on board. You're at 68. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, we waited 3 weeks for that.
Cool.
Game
It's
two.
okay. I got this next one.
Game two.
I'm going first here.
Do you want it? Okay. Best of luck.
That was the warm up, chat. That was just the warm up. I forgot how the deck works in the last 3 weeks, and I was just.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. I was just. I was only joking. All right, what are we working with? All right, here we go. Okay, Volflame.
Yeah.
Normal. Zombow. All right.
Yep. We're back here.
Summon Lokai.
If only.
Oh my god! I did it again!
What? No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
God. I'm just literally lying. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I bet you drew the second one this
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You
What
know, I
was
don't
it,
have a
like,
lot of
last
these
game you had-
guys.
Last game, did you have both Zombow and Box of Friends in hand?
No, I actually opened Zombow Lokai, and I was just like, I don't need the normal Lokai. I'm going to get the counter as well.
Yeah, why go for just the Lokai when you could get everything?
Horrible
This is pretty
acting.
insane, though. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna summon. Okay, yeah, because you're not plant locked
Okay,
until like
just-
after the sowing.
What do you want here? Do you want to see Doll Monster Bear, or do you want to see Doll Monster Michmachten?
I think we gotta read the other flavor text. So
Oh, if I summon Miss Machten, will you read the flavor text?
yeah, out loud. Yep, in character. Welcome to our house. Here I live with. Wait, what? This isn't a person? Doll monster.
She's
What
a
is
doll.
this archetype?
It's the dolls.
Oh, because it's the friend. She's a friend that's in the box. These are cards that are in the box.
Yes.
So when do you think we're gonna get that robot and that dragon?
Ooh, that's a good question. When do we think you're gonna finish up this flavor text?
I finished it.
No,
Here I live
no,
with
you got-
Cologne. Here I live with Cologne, Grandpa Demito, and all the other dolls.
That was good. All right, let's do some combos.
Why is MT playing Box of Friends? Because
Box of Friends Metal
You're
Foes?
about to
Come on,
find
you
out.
guys don't know anything about Jank. Come on. This shit was the bomb.
yeah, no, this is fun.
Trying to get my Demito cologne. Shut up. Okay. It's Demeto
Fun
like
fact:
Geppetto.
Doll Monster Miss Madchen only references effect monsters by their name.
So, you read any good books lately?
Not too recently, actually. I find it. I buy books and then I can only read them on planes.
That's
There's too much
exactly
going
my
on
problem.
in my life.
80% of the reason I went to TwitchCon is because I have to read this book for Hardleg's like literature podcast, and I was like, I'm only gonna
Yeah.
read it if I go on a plane. And that's what it took. I had it for months and did not read it. I read it on the plane. I think I have a disease. Like, YouTube has given me a disease.
Yeah. No,
I think the disease has a very specific name too.
Deck creator. Yeah, Malaeus. Yep. But you see the new Aromage support? They got new cards.
Yeah, it seems all right.
And the new, but more importantly, That fire monster seems pretty fucking good. That Link 3, that one
Yeah.
seems very strong. Yeah, that's like any fire deck I feel like wants to play that, especially Salamander. Yeah, here's the Drya Thorenia
Yeah, you got it. This is kind of weird. I don't really have anything to do with all these extra guys. I mean, this one I have something to do with.
Yeah, Thrasher.
I thought about playing the
like
the doll monster
4,000.
Xyz, but like she really does not do a goddamn thing. I guess I could have led this chat, but it really doesn't add anything to the end board. All right, I mean we're just chilling. See ya, Miss Mockton.
Okay. Off turn. Let me read this. Okay, Sun Evolve and Balloon. If you're controlling 5 new effects, doing damage calc.
Would have let you end on Bengal Lancer too. I don't want to hear that. I wish I was dead. Can you actually time him out?
Woulda, shoulda. If Sun Evolve Link destroys the field by card effect, leaves the field by card effect. Weird. Okay. Well, let's start clicking buttons.
I mean, that's a pretty good
Real-
button. I'm not gonna lie, that button is not bad.
Yeah. I think it's this, right? Just to turn. Once per turn. Well, let's circle.
I'm thinking about Ash Blossom here.
Get
This
the
is
fuck
kinda
outta
weird.
here. You don't have that.
Oh, I was like, why didn't you? Right, it's been 3 weeks. We banned Monk.
Yeah, there's no monk anymore.
Ty-ah. How confident am I that you don't have... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man, is this progression series? I just opened this both games.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, so chat, this is a perfect encapsulation of what I meant, right? Because if we had comboed correctly last time, we would be on this end board, but would have nothing to do against the Change of Heart. Wow, that's disastrous.
Change of Heart broken.
Yeah,
It is at 2 in this game for some reason.
go for it.
I'm
You
not
got a
really sure what I
Sun
can
Avalon
like
spell
do
trap?
with this guy, but no, I mean I wish. So this doesn't okay, if it leaves the field by a card effect. Okay, sure. Normal Taya, I'm hoping that middle back row is anything too crazy.
You actually know all three. It's Parametamorphose, Counter, and Bloom.
Oh shit. Oh my god, you're wrong. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, nothing going on here.
Yeah. Yeah, let's Taya. It's just weird because like last week everyone was mad at me for like not doing this exact combo, but like, you know, I think it kind of makes it really it's more fun if I fuck up.
It's all for the viewers,
so
baby.
the counter is the one that's closest to the Volflame.
Yeah, it's from Volflame to Gold Driver. It's Counter, Para, Bloom.
Okay. I want that.
I should have just lied.
Do
I should have
this?
been like, fuck you.
I think I remembered that, yeah, because like the Volflame said it, yeah.
Did he really draw
Because I
Change
know
of
where
Heart
the
twice?
bloom is. I know where the bloom is.
I'm going to be honest with you, chat. It's good he drew Change of Heart twice because he also has some cards in here like Ash Blossom that cook us alive that he has not drawn once since putting in the deck.
True.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Um,
Can we do something about that?
What's up?
No. What if
Oh,
it
shit,
fails
I was
to
like, what do
resolve
you-
because it didn't go to your grave? Would that be cool? If you show me...
I was thinking, wait, could you have done? I don't know how the card works. Could you have done the targeting prevention Sunvine card on that? Does that work for both players? Sun Avalon's getting
Ooh.
targeted. I don't know.
I don't think I have that
That
card.
would have been interesting. That would have been interesting.
Oh, the Maiden?
Okay.
Oh, we'd have to find
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
That
the
card did not make the cut. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh no, dude, that card. That's what like I think that's why I lost last week. I don't know. I
Yeah,
lost
yeah.
to myself.
Or that was
yeah, I
like 3
activated the
weeks ago,
Shishao.
yeah. Yeah. We've been here.
Yeah, okay. I'm not playing this deck next week. I promise. I'm not playing
No,
this
no,
deck
no.
next week.
You
We
can
won't
do what you
it.
got. You do what you got to do, baby.
No.
All right. Well, as
Yeah,
long
yeah.
as he doesn't have another worm, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well. Oh, we actually weren't.
Well-
We knew you had the blackout. Yeah.
Man, yeah, it's like no. Okay, so I'll tell you, and you'll see the deck list in a sec here. But I felt like I was doing it wrong the last couple weeks. The last couple weeks, I was just putting in like every worm monster I owned to try to draw cards to trigger the Sword Souls.
Yeah.
Because I was so afraid of like not having enough worms. But then I was just like, what if I just play Dangers to draw into the cards that are good?
That seems
But it
pretty
turns out I
unbeatable, honestly.
Yeah. Sword Soul OP. So sorry, guys.
No, I think I got him, chat. Take this. This lets me reborn from Dry Antieri. Do you want to play the game 3 for ad revenue?
Sure. Man, wait. I actually kind of want to play. I'll save that for later. I have a second deck.
No.
Yeah, let's-
Pocket it. What's up, guys? Remember to click all of the advertisements playing under this video. What's up, guys? Remember to go to twitch.tv/MBTYugiO and give him restitution for this ass beating.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
This is just making up for last week. It's
Remember
just
to go
like-
to the Hill of the Tenyi and tell them that their religion is a lie. Another banger opener. It's the same opener that we've opened 3 times. I mean...
You just keep drawing full combo.
But yeah, that's the thing is like, this deck really can't not draw full combo, and apparently every time with Volflame. But it's just like, the full combo is kind of mid. It's all right.
Where are the Zodiacs? Are those still in the deck?
No, I cut the zoos for this. This was the question is, do I want to
way.
play Zoofos or do I want to play, oh my god, please Ash this. All right, that was game 3. No, it was do I want to play Zoofos or do I want to play this? And I figured I'd do 1 and 1, and we realized that this one was not very good.
No, wait, my hand was terrible. No.
My hand was literally, there was nothing else in the hand.
All right, let's see that deck list.
All right,
Let's take a look at those. Let's,
3
let's
weeks for this.
See what you're working
Come on,
with
chat.
over there.
I know you love it. You love seeing Joseph get waxed.
Yeah, I mean it's Metal Foes and Box of Friends.
I thought it was kind of cool. The problem is Box of Friends doesn't do anything. Like I was like, oh, not
It's
only
just more piece of loci.
yeah, I was like, not
like,
only does it get us loci, but like we can access the Box of Friends lines, and they don't do a goddamn thing. The thing that they do is contingent on their field spell, which is not in the pack. It's like
The
back
Chakanine's
support.
generic, right? So you can
Yeah, we have Chak in
theoretically
here just for 4s. Yeah. But yeah, a Box of Friends is fine. Zombow is fine. You know, theoretically, if you
Sword Soul's just really good and sealed.
I guess there was no way to do it because we
What's that card
we
next
did
to
more with the Box of
Sewing?
Friends. Shrine. Oh wait, no. This one, Clear New World.
Yeah.
It's another
Oh, another way to
self
trigger
pop.
box.
Yeah, but it's a good card too. Your deck looks crazy. Yeah, putting in the dangers looks like it kind of fixed everything. Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
whoa,
I just
whoa,
cut every
whoa,
bad card and
whoa,
put in the
whoa.
good cards.
What's going on right next to
What?
Chusinoko there?
Oh, this card? Oh, yo, this card I've never seen in my life. When this card is normal summon, you can discard to revive a level 4 from your grave. So it triggers the dangers, it revives,
And
Sword
great
Souls.
come Umbrella, and they didn't show us this. Come on.
You can, because you can revive the Taya, make the Yazi, Taya, you can go to the Baxia line through this Umbrella.
Yeah.
It's wild.
That's kind of cool.
Anyway, good luck with those polls. We'll play something different.
Wait, how many episodes are left? 2?
There is one regular episode, and then we have the finale, which will be like an Iron Man with the 3 different decks. Can't share cards from them, kind of like we've been doing the last couple years.
Is it like once you lose with a deck it's out, or once you win with the deck it's out?
Once you win with a deck, so it's
Thank
best out
God.
of
Okay,
5
I was
or
like, I
whatever.
literally can't beat this deck that you currently have with anything I have.
Yeah. So it'll be. I think it'll figure itself out. It'll figure itself out. But good luck with those polls.
Yeah, thanks.
That's rough. Oh, can we? Never mind. We'll worry about the other thing later. See you
What?
later.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. Peace.
What a nice young man. All right, let's do polls. Let me get him the... Doug, thanks for the 10. No, how do I do it? YouTube. No, that sucks too. Hello, YouTube. Here's what I'll do. What's good, YouTube? I sure hope you enjoyed that 3-week hiatus, but now we are back to our What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? I hope you enjoyed that 3-week hiatus, and we are now back to your regularly scheduled Joseph ass blasting. So that last one is kind of how I expected the week before to turn out, and then God intervened on our behalf. But the unfortunate truth of the matter is that Doug currently has a deck that is functionally unbeatable. And while we have a lot of really powerful pieces of a strategy, the Sun Avalon stuff, the Metal Foe stuff, the Zodiac stuff, none of that is enough to beat what is, in essence, a constructed quality deck. But we've got 2 more weeks to figure it out. Wait, I think we actually only have 1 more week. But we've got 1 final week to figure it out. We're going to be pulling from 10 master packs, and then we are going to be pulling from whatever we can pull. After that, we've got the finale, which is going to be an Iron Man style best of 5, and I'm praying that Doug's current deck gets out pretty early. Dung, doo, ding, dung, ding, dung. Sword Soul Mirror. I think my Sword Soul deck is... Oh, if the bans carry over, it's bad, but if they don't, it's way better than Doug's. All right, good start. Why didn't you turn up to YCSN? I was at TwitchCon. Well, that doesn't open anything, but Necrofusion is a really funny card. Encode Talker is interesting, too. Armored Bee. I mean, this card is very funny. No. That's the Resonator pack. No thanks. Oh, it actually opened 2. Is this going to be the end of the MBT curse where we only open 3 packs to go into? Perhaps! Oh my goodness gracious. Ice Barrier and Dark Spell Regeneration. Well, Ice Barrier apparently doesn't open the Ice Barrier pack for some reason, but what the hell does that open? Get that out in a way that crush cards can cut around it. All right. The Mutussi! All right, what are we working with? No. You know, we could pick up the 3rd Loci. Tell us the little angel sounds like a command. Who stole the cookies out of the cookie jar? Tell us, the little angel. Brr. I'm shooting the gap on this nosebleed, by the way. That doesn't open anything. Oh, a Cubic Ascension. Can we open the Cubic pack again? I would go back into the Cubic pack in a fucking heartbeat. Okay. Last pack, here we go. Oh, wow, we actually might go hunting for that Mutussi. Oh, hold up. That is a modern pack, I believe. Let's check that out. Okay, so counter swing mages. We actually have a guaranteed UR on. Fuck off. Why does that even exist? This is a good pack. This pack is pretty good. I think we have a guaranteed UR not from this series, though, which is kind of fucked up. This is a good-ass pack. I'm not going to lie. We know... What is supernatural elements? Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Life finds a way. Evil tile? No. Seedling Sulfay. This is the genus Loci or Bust pack. Synchro Mode Charge. Oh, it's not even Resonator. It's the Ass Dragon set. No, thank you. Destiny Sorceress. Fortune. Jesus, these are bad packs. Savage Crimson Dragon. Okay, this is the Resonator pack. This pack's not bad. The Great Olds. This is actually... Wow, this started Roulette. The Great Olds is the set that started Roulette, but it's not good. The BL... This is like Chaos Guys? Nah. Warriors of Legend. Oh, fuck! Oh, no, wait, we didn't open it. The Ultimate Traditional Art. Oh, you know, it's mostly Karakuri. Oh, that's kind of whack. This is not a great set. Pep's good, but we can't craft it. Oh, I think it's actually Counterswing Mages. Yeah, as much as I want to go into the new Punk set, it's mostly Karakuri. The Punk stuff is at high rarity almost exclusively, and while Pep is insane, we can't guarantee it because we lost the last episode, so we don't get a UR craft. So let's do this one for sure. Okay, not a good start. Oh! Unless they all come out! Let's go! 21. 21 is not worth living in. Pendulum Call is a great pickup, actually. Black Fang's great. White Wing is great. Okay, it is coming along. Yeah, we're hoping for Astrograph, of course. Astrograph, we already have Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. I mean, oh my god! This card's okay. I don't think we're gonna make it, but it's okay. Here's the UR. From the pack. From the pack. From the pack. From the pack. Fuck. That's fine. It is not fine. What the hell is this? I've never seen this card. Awful. Although, Harmonizing Magician is a pretty good pickup. Econ interesting. Tuning Magician and Time Pendulum Graph really important. I really hope we pulled dubs. Hope that's not the only UR. We have a guaranteed. Which I think has to come from the pack. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Oh! Duelist Alliance! And we have a Pendulum Call. That's pretty good. Oath Dragon, good. Another Black Fang, not bad. Would prefer a Purple Poison. Power Code Talker is a good card. Alright, here we go. Come on. Let's go crazy here at the end. Okay, it looks like a couple. Let's go! Here we go. Not you again. All right, so what we're looking for is astrograph. What a pull. What a pull to end on. Oh, baby! Oh, it's just that easy. All right, we can craft an SR. So we could, like, craft double iris and play time pendulum graph control. That seems crazy. Let's pull 5 more and try and get, like, a purple poison or a double iris so we can craft the one we're missing. Or we could get nothing. What the hell is this? One in plants. We don't need the third loci. That's our third harmonizing. That's kind of cool, I guess. Come on. 5 stinkers, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. Another pendulum call. Not bad. We would really like a way to find double iris that's not pendulum call. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck. They really can't stay away. Oh, hi, you. All right, this is the last one, right? Come on. Doesn't look good. Okay. The last 5 were kind of stinkers, but we still got a lot of what we need. We can craft the double iris and get him easily with Duelist Alliance or P-Call. The astrograph was such a huge pickup. It's enormous. Oh, what's our lifeline? Our lifeline is we can craft a second UR or SR of a card that we pulled this episode. Oh, we could play second astrograph because we're in unlimited. That's funny. All right, we're going to think about that. Otherwise, peace. Thank you all for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do Prague. We're going to do the Twitter thread. We're going to do Twitter Freaks and more. How do you trigger him? The metal foes. Let's go. 21. 21 is not worth living in. Oh, fuck. We are playing ban list. Never mind. Oh, let me call up Doug real quick. Oh, I didn't do deck profile. Thank you. He does not have it on. Okay. Let me do deck profile real quick. And here we go. Okay, spam some emotes real quick. And can a mod pay out? All right. Well, not exactly sold on this. Okay, here we'll go. All right. Well, not exactly sold on this, but I'm excited to see where it goes. So this is Box of Friends Metal Foes. If you're unfamiliar with Box of Friends, this actually saw a fair amount of experimentation when Metal Foes first came out. It allows you, when sent to the graveyard, to summon 2 normal monsters with 0 attack or defense from your deck in defense position, but they can't be used as synchro material and they're destroyed during your next end phase. This is a great mechanism by which you can summon Sunseed Genius Loci from your deck. Okay, I know that we have kind of been resting on our laurels in terms of the plant engine, but this is one of the most consistent ways to find this, and it also gets to play a significant amount of the Metal Foes that have been getting us so much success in the previous weeks. Now, the downside is we don't have room for the Zodiacs if we do this, which is maybe not ideal. But there's a very small chance that we have the capacity to both do Sunseed Genus Loci off of something like an Unexpected Die and Box of Friends, summoning Doll Monster Miss Machten and Doll Monster Bear Bear in order to go into Chakanine into Trident anyway. The rest of the cards are the ones you're already familiar with. We've got, of course, Metal Foe's Gold Driver, Volflame, the Sunseed Shadow, Zombow Wow Wow is kind of Box of Friends, Sunseed Twin, Draconet, some Kaijus, the Alpha Master of Beasts, Bismugear, Metalcaster, Vanisher, Die, Fusion, Parafusion, Pyrrhus Map, Sowing, Clear New World, Shrine, Piercing the Darkness, Counter Bloom. By the way, everyone told me that I misread Piercing the Darkness. I'm reading it again. I didn't misread this card. You're misreading it. Then in the extra deck, we've got minimal Metal Foes fusions, and then a bunch of the Plant Link stuff alongside a couple of zoos. We're still playing Electromite, though, because that card's broken. I'm not super confident that we'll be able to blow up Doug this game. I feel like the last one felt like a bit of a fluke. But we already have beat him in terms of series victories, so the only thing on my mind at this point is the Iron Man at the end of the season. See you in games. Someone get Doug to pick up. God damn it. Who did Doug raid? Did Doug raid anyone? He just went offline without raiding anyone?
You called?
Did you raid anyone?
No.
Shit. Okay, bye. I wanted to raid a rando. Oh, Coder's live right now. I think Coder is literally going live to try and pick up this raid. Fuck him. We're gonna go to a rando. How's that sound? Let's go to Let's go to Matzo Mato. Is that... do they speak English?
Stoß der drei Takt.
Nope. I'm going to throw you over to... I'll throw you over to Coder. We'll deal with it later.